All right, and we are live. What is going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. We are here live with a bunch of bowling. I'm noticing my cam is a little bit off, so I'll be back in just a second. All right, we are here back with 14 more games of Baker Bowling for Alan Briley's Golf and Bowl tournament. For a quick recap of what the tournament looks like, this is 14 games of four-person Baker Bowling that are going on right now. So we're seeing four-person teams. That means each person has either 2 or 3 frames per game. The same person can take 3 frames per game if they want. So if you bowl in the first, you bowl the first, 5th, and 9th. If you bowl in the second frame, you bowl 2, 6, and 10. If you bowl the third, you bowl the 3rd and 7th. If you bowl the 4th, you bowl the 4th and 8th. So we are going to see a lot of different faces today. We've got Tournament Director Al Houston with us today. He's going to be jumping in on the live stream on and off. Al, how you doing?
I'm doing good. We're here. We're bowling. I got Brooke here. She's getting us all organized with finances, and I get to hang out on here a little bit more today. Looks like we got a good draw right away to start. We got your partner in crime and a lot of your live stream events, Nate, right in front of us over the gates.
Yeah, we have. He was commentating a little bit yesterday, so glad to be able to see them a little bit. So we got a lot of different faces around the southern Minnesota area who are hopping in. Timmy, what is going on? How you doing? But these guys this was not the only part of the tournament. It's a golf and bowl tournament, so all of these teams were out yesterday morning and afternoon golfing 18 holes here in southern Minnesota at Faribault Country Club. They golfed 18 holes, scramble golf, so it was a best ball tournament. Then half of them were in the field last night and bowled throughout the evening until about 8:30. But today, we have the other half who got a nice amount of rest, relaxation, ready for the day.
Yep, and we treat both sports the same. Both sports are worth the same amount of points. And kind of how it works is, we got 30 teams in the field this year. 15 bowled last night, 15 bowled this morning, but all 30 golfed at the same time yesterday. Like I said, it's a best ball. We do 2 teams on a hole, and the team that wins golf, they kind of start off with the most points. You start off with 80 points and kind of go down from there. It's like 80, 74, 70, down from there. So if you win at golf, you pretty much are leading the event after day 1. So now we're into the bowling portion. Now I do got some of the golf results in front of me, so I'll just go over that. I'll get you guys up to speed with that a little bit because, obviously it's a golf and bowl, so that's half the event.
You have this as well. You gotta put that on your.
Yep, golf's half the event. So Team Amundsen, first, before I go over that, this event can be kind of weird because we got such a wide range of talent in it. With that said, there's a lot of high-level talent in it also. On both sides. So we got some scratch golfers, we got guys with +2, +3 handicaps, and we got guys that have 220, 230, 240 averages, full regional, stuff like that. So we got a wide variety of talent. So leading golf yesterday was Team Amundsen. Team Amundsen, they started -15. They showed up yesterday to bowl, and they all got house shoes. They didn't take last. They took 3rd and last bowling yesterday, but they came in with the most points. So we had 3 teams that are pretty loaded golf teams, and they ended up taking 1st, 2nd, 3rd. But these teams aren't bowling threats at all.
Yeah.
Now, I'd say some of the guys to watch for bowling, especially, we got shooting in front of us. Team shooting, they took 4th out of 30 teams in golf yesterday, or tied with 4th. They had Team Bedard tied with them. Now, Nate's got some good players on his team that he goes with nationals with Aaron. I know I've seen him shoot 2004 in nationals. I'm not super familiar with Jeff Campbell, but I know
you should be.
I know he's a good golfer, and I know he bowls regional, stuff like that.
Yep.
So he's a really good athlete. I heard he maybe played minor league baseball.
Yeah, he was the. I found out yesterday the Division I home run derby champ.
So he's just an athlete.
Yeah, so he was a baseball player turned bowler, South Dakota guy. Yeah, he's a regional guy. I think he has a regional title or 2, but he also qualified for the World Series of Bowling this year.
Yep.
So he competed here in Minnesota, and he made it through the pre-tournament qualifier. Him, Brady Stearns, and Brandon Cryer were 3 of the local guys that made it through. Yep. No, Jeff
Teams
is.
throwing house balls. They're good golfers. You got guys that, are bowling regional. They're making pro events. But I think these guys are one of the threats to win the tournament because they finished -12, and they are a really good bowling team.
Yeah,
So
this
on
team
these
is
days,
fantastic.
You get 2 fills a game.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like they're going to start off here because we're already near the end of game 1. So over here on lane 11, we have these guys with a max of 199. We did miss looks like a 5-bagger over there on lane 9. Open 5-bagger, 6-spare, 9 count. So we're going to go over to them after we see a 9-pin over there from Aaron Johnson. But over here on lane 9, we got a pretty good game going there. On the right side of the screen, we've got 69 in the 6th. Looks like those are some guys who are probably a little better on the golf side of things than the bowling side of things.
So the team on the right here in the green shirts, so that is Team Kelsey. Now Kyle Kelsey, he owns the bowling alley in Pine Island, Minnesota. These guys are from the Pine Islands, Zumbrota area. There's not bowling ban out of the gates. They got room for 40 out of the gates if they strike out here. They didn't golf super well yesterday, and they're probably, I like to say there's still a level of teams that are here that aren't good at either sport.
Yeah. Yep.
Now these guys are bowlers, don't get me wrong. They're your house bowlers. We get those guys which on patterns like this, they can crush it too.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the oil pattern quick. We had somebody ask over on TikTok chat because we are going to be live on TikTok today. I got that all going. So we're going to be live on both TikTok and YouTube all day. So let me go and quickly pop up the, over on YouTube, pop up the pattern. There it is. We have our 2026 Golf and Bowl pattern. This is a custom 45-foot pattern from Kegel, 29 mils of volume, 5-to-1 ratio in total. So not easy, not hard was kind of the goal of this tournament. A lot of these guys haven't bowled much this year because we're in kind of the off season right now for bowling in the upper Midwest. So there's a lot of guys' first tournament back. So you didn't make the pattern too difficult, didn't make it too easy. Scores yesterday were very all over the place. You had a couple teams average around 225, 230. Then you had a couple of teams who averaged 180.
Yeah.
So it seems like it was a feast or famine situation.
Yeah, we had some good teams that averaged 180, 190.
Yes, very good teams. Former champions.
That averaged 120,
Yep.
averaged 130, a couple 150s.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything yesterday. We're going to see a potential 221 here over on the left lane on lane number 9. So I know right now if we look, we can find the score from yesterday. Let me pull that up real quick. But we did have our leader was Team Blaha, who crushed them for the first part, but almost had people catch up to them, which was, I didn't realize that teams were that close yesterday. So if I pull up the scores yesterday, Team Blaha averaged 224 and went for 14 games plus 343. Then Team Ethan came in second with a plus 279. They had a rough 168 in the second to last game, but they were actually in the lead going into game number 13. And those guys unfortunately had 168, 213 to drop some pins.
Gotcha. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that close.
I didn't either until I was talking to them after the tournament last night. Ooh, we're going to turn that down. Otherwise, we had we had Team Connor coming in at plus 210. And then we had over a 100-pin drop for Team Briley, who was only plus 76, former champs of the event. Did not have a fun time yesterday.
They lost Wild Bill last minute, so I know that was kind of hard on that team.
Yeah.
He had won the tournament with those guys 2 years or 2 years. They won last year and they won 3 years ago. So unfortunately, Wild Bill was unable to make it.
Yep.
And he's a good golfer too, so that. Obviously they're now teams can come up with excuses. They said they need to play better and make some putts, but sometimes it's the way she goes.
Apologies for that. I had to switch the. I just realized the TV was getting caught on the TikTok
my
one.
with the pattern is, it kind of matches kind of like the golf scoring pace.
Yep.
That's part of it too, and this brings a lot of high-level players out. I think it's still something they look forward to, and I like to see some scores for something like this. Yes, I like those grueling tournaments; they're good too. I just don't think this is one of those. Like, this
Yeah.
is a different environment, you know? This is, it's a long day, too. It's a long weekend, you know? So, yeah, it's a little bit more scoreable. Like I said, they're a little bit all over the place. I think there's more good bowling teams today.
Yes,
as
yeah,
a whole.
definitely.
So I expect there to be good scores throughout the day.
Yep.
I mean, you got the college studs here on the right of us. They're going to be one of the teams to watch, and they finished pretty well also. But they took, I got it right here. They ended up taking sixth, a solo sixth place in golf.
That was our college
Yeah.
guys. That's the team of Zach Andreessen, Lucas Hellrud. Who else is on that team? Brady Gustafson, and who's there for?
Lucas, it's Evan White.
Evan White.
He's on the varsity collegiate team
Okay.
for St. Ambrose.
Yep.
Yeah, see, there we go.
On 2, okay.
207
There we go.
on 12, 187 on 11.
Yeah, we are already done with game 1, so you're going to see that we are going to be flying through games today. We're going to actually be cruising because
it's a pretty fast, you know, you got one team on a lane and
Yep.
the last striking going on, so yeah, that goes pretty fast.
yeah, and the movements for today are going to be one lane to the right every game. So you're going to see a lot of the same team for a couple games in a row before it gets switched out to somebody else. But we're just waiting on a couple of extra teams to finish up. We've got a team on your left. You're going to see a far shot from Connor Jacobson. They are going to shoot 176 with a strike here. Looks like Connor's trying a ball switch. Strikes for 176, and Will Jones coming in with a potential 239. That is the highest game I'm seeing anywhere, unless 1 through 4 has a higher score.
Sure, it's down there.
So if they can get something here.
225. It's Team Blaha. Yeah, he's over there. He's on lane 14. Yeah.
Timmy.
Nope, I can step away for a little bit too.
Yeah, so we are just finishing off our first game here. We're going to get a little bit of bowling going on. But otherwise, Timmy, did Al get the hole in the masking unit fixed? You can't see it much anymore. So we had a fun time at State this past season where somebody decided to throw a ball 45 feet down lane, and then it jumped and hit our masking unit. There's still a crack in it, actually, ironically. But no, that was not fixed. I'm going to switch the camera. A lot of guys are leaning on that table. I might have to change that a little bit. We're going to stay over here for just a second. But we're already into game 2. We've got Aaron Johnson's team kicking it off already in front of us. It's going to be a little bit hard to see at times because we're going to have, with so many teams, there's so many guys standing around the scoring units. Nathan Smith, what's going on? So it'll be a little bit hard at times, but I'll be kind of jumping between 2 different pairs that we have going. We have lanes 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. The fun things with lanes 11 and 12 are that this is a twister pair. So they have twister pins on just 11 and 12. So you might see some interesting messengers and some crazy 9 pins like that one, upper deck 9s. We've seen a lot of 4 9s on lane 11 and 12 so far as of last night. So we might see a few of those. You can't see it, but Jeff Hellman ended up carrying that through-the-face strike. Looks like things are going to be moving a little bit slower today than they were last night. We're still finishing off game number 1. So we might be here for about 4 hours today yet, so be prepared for that. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit. There we go. CNT, I am not bowling. No, I am just commentary today. I am just a commentary boy today. So twister pins are a plastic pin. So there's wood pins or there's plastic. Twisters are plastic, which means they bounce around more. They're more durable, but they're much harder to maintain because the pins get get full of oil. They get a lot more slippery. They can cause a lot of breakdowns, but they do last a lot longer. So that's why you'll see some places switching over to twisters compared to regular wood pins. Alex, you sent me a message on Instagram. Sounds good. Don, if you see Logan, tell him he owes me a meal. Deal. Zach, what is going on? You bowled State here. Love that. B-Roy, bowled a junior gold qualifier and did horrible. Pattern wasn't junior gold TV 25. Ah, that's unfortunate. Lime Guy, Pattern Pattern of the day is 45-foot custom kegel pattern, 45 feet, 29 mils, about a 5-to-1 ratio. The goal is not easy, but not hard, is the overall goal for this one. So we're going to be on TikTok. You guys are seeing just lanes 9 and 10 today. And then on YouTube, we're switching between lanes 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we're going to go over to lanes 9 and 10, now that things aren't bouncing as much, to check out our brand new team. This is the Cleveland team. Let me pull up. I got to pull up rosters quick. Give me just a second to do that. There it is. All right, we have rosters. So that's a team of Matt Cleveland, Thomas Cleveland, Will Jones, and Matt Edwards are over on lane number 9 for everybody. We're going to see how those guys can do. They ended up going about 220 last game, so they are pretty close to the top right now. Last night, the high average was 225, so you're going to have some big scores today to be able to take the lead. So, like I said, this is a golf and bowling tournament. So on the golfing side, you were placed 1 through, I believe it was 32 teams maybe in total, or 30 teams in total. But you were placed you got points based on where you ended up in the rankings. Bowling's going to be the same way. There's a combined leaderboard, and whoever wins the overall combined leaderboard wins $5,000. So $5,000 on top today. What's your opinion on wood versus plastic? It really depends. I like the plastic solely because it causes some crazy messengers. So you're going to see some clips from my channel coming out in the next couple of days where you're going to see, I think there's one later tonight actually, where you see some wild messenger action happening actually on this lane 12 in this building because of these twister pins. You're going to see some crazy sliding of pins, like because the pins have so much more oil, it makes things slide more, bounce more, all that fun stuff. So pros and cons, pros and cons. If only Mookie was in the tournament. Hey, if I could get Mookie to a tournament up here, that would be a miracle. No, that is not happening. Any insight on what balls are doing well? A lot of shiny stuff. So these are very high friction lane surfaces. So a lot of shinier stuff is doing well. I'm seeing a lot of Bionics right now. Seeing a lot of high road 40s. Let's see. I'm seeing a danger zone purple ice already over on a lane further left. But yeah, because it's a 45-foot pattern, a little bit on the longer side, you aren't going to see a lot of super weak stuff. But because of the lack of oil in the lane surfaces, you do still need something that's going to get down lane. That is for sure. I see Matt Cleveland chops that 3-6-10, unfortunately. Adam Jones, can you check DM the other day? Yeah, absolutely. I've been live streaming the last couple of days, so I'll be getting back to those later tonight when all this is said and done. You had to get used to the bounce that these lanes have. Yeah, that is a big thing that a lot of people don't really notice, and they think it's just a personal thing. But, yeah, these lane panels are not installed correctly, so they have some extra bounce to them in the front part of the lane. So that caused a lot of inconsistency. Not the best for a lot of guys, but, you know, pros and cons, pros and cons. Let's see. Justin C., I wonder if any Radical balls are being used. I know you mentioned it was a unicorn brand in your neck of the woods. Oh, yeah, there's been 0 Radical balls that I've seen so far this weekend. Yeah, no, you don't see much Radical. Yeah, it's a lot of Storm stuff. Heck of a lot of Storm stuff. I think you're seeing a couple of Bionics on that lane. You're going to see Thomas Cleveland here on lane number 9. He's a Motive staffer throwing, it looks like a Raptor Rush. That's what he's throwing. He's been on staff for a little over a year, so he's got all the newer Motive stuff. But yeah, you will see much more Motive stuff even than Radical stuff. CNT shot my high series 765 with the Bionic. Nice. Love that for you. Love that for you. Apologies again for the shaking. I had to get people to stop leaning on that table. Unfortunately, with the setup of this building, there are very few places to put a camera nicely. So that's why you're seeing mediocre angles, and the lighting is not the greatest. There's actually almost no overhead lighting in the bowling center, but there's only a ton down lane. So that's why the bowlers are so bright and everything else is so dark. So apologies for that. It is just what we have to work with today. Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah, it's mainly a Storm place. A few Brunswick brands, but not not a whole lot. We don't have many Brunswick staffers, and they aren't really, I don't know, a lot of people aren't really getting a lot of Brunswick stuff. Just how it is here. Same with, Motive is making a little bit of a resurgence. They have a few more staffers around here that bowl a lot of tournaments that guys are seeing more, so Motive's doing fairly well in the Minnesota area right now. We're going to see Will Jones pick that up. We're going to jump over to lanes 11 and 12 for everybody on the YouTube side, and then TikTok side, we're, of course, staying on lanes 9 and 10. But over here, score-wise, we're already nearing the end of game number 2. We are seeing the team on our right, Team Shooty, Aaron Johnson, Cody Lovejoy, Jeff Campbell, Nate Shooty, are at 111 through 7. So not a great game for these guys. Not having a wonderful time. They get the spare. They did not get the spare. They can get out for 180 at a max right now. So scores are not crazy high again. Any of the reps throwing Storm, IQ Sapphire? Yeah, we did see a couple IQ Sapphires last night. And it was looking good. Exactly what you'd expect from a shiny IQ. Gets down lane. Not too angular, but angular enough. So there was a couple guys trying it out. And that'll look really good in this building, especially because of how high friction they are. So expect a lot of IQ Sapphires being thrown around here. I don't think we have any other Storm staffers in the field today looking around. So I don't think we'll see any today, unfortunately. We have couple Brunswick staffers. I think 1 or 2 Brunswick staffers. 2 Motive staffers for sure. I don't think we're actually seeing anything else though. Then we get a big baby split over here on lane number 12 as well. Man, this is not the best for these guys. These guys were a favorite going in because, like Al was saying previously, they were in 4th after the golf qualifying yesterday. So if they could have put up maybe a 1st or 2nd place, they probably would have won the whole tournament. Not starting off with a bang right now. They have a chance to go 170, it looks like. I think it seems like a lot of guys are playing very straight to start. Like not up 10, but playing very direct angles. No one's really looping the lane that much, which is kind of surprising. I thought we were going to see a little more left to right action going on, but we are not. Tate, are you in Owatonna? Yes, we are in Spare Time Entertainment in Owatonna, Minnesota. Polar Bear, what's going on? Typhoon is the best ball in the building. Yeah, totally. It honestly would be. It would look really good right now, but we're not seeing many. We're not seeing many of the super low end things right now. We're seeing a lot of medium-ish balls. It seems like. Under Puppy, are you bowling today? I am not. I am just commentary today. So I am just a mere commentator. It looks like Jeff Campbell then leaves a 9-pin, spares it. They're only going to go 159. So we're going to finish off the game with lane number 9. We got Thomas Cleveland coming in for the 9th frame. They can still get to 211. They had a low 200 game last game, so this could be pretty decent for them. Wouldn't be too terrible if he can get a strike here and set him up for a little bit of success. Otherwise, we're already done with game number 2. 14 games in total today. 4-person Baker tournament. Raptor Rush coming in from him. Stuffed a 9-pin. So they can still go 200 even on that side. Yeah, we need a couple teams to move so the camera stops shaking. Zach, I follow you on all socials. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Be great. Thomas with big spare there. That's what I've had all my big scores in the building with. Yeah, the low-end stuff generally tends to be the best play in total. That tends to be the best option. The lanes just hook so much, and there isn't a whole lot of volume out there, so a lot of the big stuff just can't really make it down lane very well. We're going to see if Will here can try to strike out, get to 200. It's a big shot for him. He's throwing a high road 40 already. 10 back for him. Big shot. Big shot from him. We're going to get a lot of good bowling teams are coming in today. A little bit of a stronger field of bowlers compared to what we had last night on the stream. You see Connor Jacobson on the left side of your screen strike, and they can get to 213, it looks like. That was an interesting hit. Will barely gets the 6 to slide sideways. So that might be a bad rack on lane 9. We'll have to watch out for that a little bit throughout the day, see if there's still a bunch of weird hits kind of like that one, because that was very odd. Very, very odd hit. Random average guy, what's up? Are you competing also? I am not. I am not bowling today. I'm just a mere live streamer for this tournament today. So, going to be streaming it all day long. We've got a lot of bowling going on. Probably about another 12 games, probably another 3 hours of qualifying. But teams are trying to get to about a 225 average is their goal. Will gets a spare there, going 190 for those guys. Not a bad game for them, only one open, but just not many strikes coming in from that crowd. So that makes it a little bit tough. But here we're going to get a lot of movement. Looks like everyone's pretty much done with their game number 2, moving on to game number 3. Man, these guys are taking their time this morning. Last night it seemed like teams were flying, but last night was interesting because all of these guys golfed 18 holes starting at like 9 a.m., came over here and bowled the 14 Baker game, so everyone was pretty dead by the end of the day. So you didn't see many people stick around after the end of qualifying. But here we're getting every team to move and get ready for game number 3. New team coming in is going to be Team Jacobson. We're going to get let's see what their team looks like. I am not finding these guys' team on here at all. There they are. Found them. It's Andrew Chophausen, Connor Jacobson, Taylor Corner, and Mitch Hansen are coming in on the left lane. Thomas Cleveland still coming up with that Raptor Rain. He's moving, it looks like, to the 10 hole. So he's going to be bowling the 10th frame from now on. So these teams can change their lineups whenever they want throughout the day. So you're going to see teams kind of going all over. Like I said previously, it's 4-person Baker, so that means there's a little bit of strategy going on where you can bowl. If you bowl the first frame, you get 3 frames per game, or the second frame, you get 3 frames per game. But if you bowl the third or fourth frame, you only get 2 shots. So it gets a little bit tougher when you're making moves, especially in this building. Pair to pair, it can be kind of tough. So we're going to see it over there on lane 11. Someone threw an Ion Max Pearl to the right, and it did not want to hook back. So this is going to be an interesting day. We're going to stay with Matt Cleveland here for a minute, see how things are going. You're going to see Dan Chambers on the left side of your screen getting a strike there. Matt coming in, carrying a Brooklyn for a 3-bagger. Big old 3-bagger from him. And Al joining us again. Al, how are things looking out there in the field? Okay.
So I did make a post for that, so it's something people can look at now on the Spare Time Entertainment events page if you're interested in following the points on it. So we got that part set aside. We get the standings organized from last night. We're just getting ready to get our first round of scores here.
Yeah.
Our goals are, we're going to, my voice is still raspy today.
Oh, no, you're good. Just going to move the mic a little bit. There you go.
We're going to do scores we're going to do like game 2, game 6, game 10, and game 14 is kind of our goal today.
Okay.
With it being a little bit faster paced, it's hard to do it every game, but that way we get some good updates along, so we're probably going to let them kind of bowl this game, and then we're going to take a lap, or we're going to start getting some scores.
There you go.
Just
Love
kind
it.
of give us the first round here.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give us a starting base and to see the teams,
Yeah.
see who's starting off hot,
Yeah. Speaking of starting off hot, the Will Jones crew is starting off with the front five.
Oh,
So pretty good start for them. Only one Brooklyn of the five, too, for Matt Cleveland.
yep. Now, the other part with this tournament is we got some great sponsors. We have over $6,000 added in this event. First place this year is paying $4,800. So that's $1,200 a guy. So for a four-person baker, you don't find that very often.
That's a fantastic payout, especially for this.
We're paying the top 7 teams.
Ooh, looks like a stuck in the thumb situation.
Oh,
Good 9 count.
yeah, left a 5-pin, I think.
See if hands start going up already for a maybe a Bloody Mary bar, and they are.
Yeah. So we got with this, we get all our hole sponsored. So it's $250 a sponsor a hole. They get a nice write-up. They get a spot on the banner, and they get a sign on their hole. Now, Champions Pro Shop came on, and they were a title sponsor, so they put in $1,500 in this event themselves. So thanks, Briley, in the shop. But yeah, so altogether, your purse is about $14,000-$15,000 for a purse. And got a couple ball raffles too. And, Classic Products gave us 2 balls, high-end storm balls to raffle off. So
Nice.
Alpha Crux and Ion Max. Yep. So a couple good bowling balls. That higher end balls, they sell more good chunk of tickets, so that'll be added into the pot too. So
Nice.
like I said, it's a fun tournament, but there's definitely money on the line though too. So it's that level. It's still serious, but
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of teams who are here for the fun, but there is just a good amount of money, so there's a mix of everything, which is good. We are seeing front 6 here for the Cleveland team. Matt Cleveland coming in. He Brooklyned on his last shot. He only has 2 frames per game, but we'll see if he can keep the streak alive.
Let's see what we got here.
Well, he got that one a little more to the right. And 4 pins.
Stuck a 4-pin. Speaking of Team Cleveland, Thomas did just win his first CBA.
He did, yeah. He won a major scratch tournament here in Minnesota. He shot 820, I believe, in the first 3 games of match play on a 1.8 to 1 ratio pattern. Absolutely crushed everybody.
Yeah.
With a 300 in there. And 30 bonus pins to get him to 330.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was awesome to see him do well.
Hey, man, we'll I got it.
Larry, on my way to church, we'll check in later on, or I'll watch a little yesterday of how the event has been going. Event's been going well so far. Yeah, it's been good. We got through the first half of qualifying, so we got the last half of teams coming in today. And Barry Guy, thank you for all your videos. I've been increasing my sports shot average each week from looking towards your first 600. Hey, that is amazing to hear. Amazing to hear. I might have to move this guy who's eating food on the table because it's shaking the camera. Or Burr, I might have to move as well.
Hey, Kobe, you mind eating it there? It's shaking the table for the live stream. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. No, you're good. I still love you a long time.
Hey, Adley, greeting from Malaysia. How you doing? And hi, ZBL. Hey, Alex. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you, everybody who's hopping in on TikTok today. Tried to get the TikTok stream kicked off today. We didn't have it going last night, but hopefully you guys are enjoying that over on that side. We just had a little bit of a breakdown there.
And then Team Cleveland, William Jones is on that team too. He's a good player. He bowled out at St. Ambrose.
Yep.
Bowled 4 years there. I want to say he's got a second-place team.
I don't remember what they got to when he was there.
Yeah,
he was in
there with like the years Nate Stubler did.
Yeah, he was with Stubler and Crow, who are both in the Lucy right now.
Yep.
I think Stubler was having a pretty good run. I don't remember if Cam made a run at the Lucy.
Okay.
But we did have a couple guys who weren't able to make it to this tournament because the Lucy was going on. Local hero Dawson Peterson is actually one of them who did make the advancers round, or the cashers round. Yep.
Okay.
They did make it. I don't know what place they were in. They were top 5 in C squad for a while.
Yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how they end up doing.
Russ.
But Matt does end up making the spare over on lane number 10, so we're going to see if
There just needs to be
what Matt can do here. See if they can get a 279 going.
Shifted a little bit, and the one pin needs to be cleared.
Matt's playing a little bit straighter up the boards. Does get the strike, so he throws it a little bit harder, a little bit more around it, so he can play a little straighter than some of the other guys. So you're going to see him playing up 11-12, and it looks pretty good. Will coming in, still throwing that high road 40. Here we have Connor Jacobson coming up on the left side on lane number 9. The only guy in the world who likes the Columbia 300 Ricochet return. Oh, never mind. He doesn't have it in his hands anymore. He's into a Phase 2 Pearl. He was a... Oh. Whoa. 4-9. That was nuts. We've seen a lot of 4-9s in this building the last 2 days.
Yeah, you know,
it's
it
been
kind
odd.
of seems, kind of now that you say that, it kind of seems like that, yeah.
Yeah. So we saw 5 yesterday just on lanes 11 and 12 alone on the stream. I didn't see many on 9 and 10, but there Connor gets a stone 4-9. So he's had some carry issues so far this morning the way it looks. We've seen him leave a lot of 7s, 10s, and 9s so far. So we'll see if he can start getting the back row out a little bit. Doesn't make the spare. We're going to get a shot with Will here, and then we're going to jump over to lanes 11 and 12. Hey, Lucas Johnson, what's up? Is that Al Houston I heard? It is. You did hear correctly, Lucas. That is an Al Houston.
What's up, man?
That is him in the flesh. Alex, you sent a message on Instagram. Yeah, I'll check it out later on tonight. Sorry, I won't be able to check it for a couple of hours because we're doing the live stream. Adley, love your content. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Adley. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God. Stop leaving on the table. Sorry for the shaking. We'll move over to lanes 11 and 12 for a minute. Unfortunately, our lane on YouTube, our lane 9 and 10, we have to use the tables that we have in the building. And one of the tables, if anybody leans on it, it shakes everything. And guys like leaning on tables is what I'm realizing. We're going to see Thomas Cleveland there with a big strike. They still have 279 on the board. Raptor rush for him. Over here on lanes 11 and 12, we're getting a max 151 out of the guys on the screen right here. Flat 10 here for Beanhound. And then we are also seeing a potential 180 right now over on lane number 12. But with a gutter 1, they can get to 161 now. So we're going to see if Thomas can finish off this 279 game here over on the left side of your screen. Let's see. Things are still shaking, so we'll have to keep it where it is for now. 10 back. Didn't like it. Got it in. Still look good. Still look good. So 141 here for our team on lane number 11. With everybody averaging 220 right now, it's a big hole to climb out of. Big hole to climb out of. Thank you guys, everybody who's jumping in so far. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday. Got a lot of live bowling going on for the next couple of hours. 14 games of Baker qualifying going on here in Spare Time Entertainment in Minnesota. And there, Thomas switches to a Primal Rage. Ball down from his Raptor Rush. He's throwing the 2025 mode of stuff, it seems like. No Nebulas for him, no Venomous Sterias. He's got the oldies. They look good. Look good for that team. That's definitely going to win a high game pot or two. Good for those guys. We're going to switch back over to that pair for a little bit. I'm going to try to steady that camera a little bit, see what we can do. Okay, that should steady it just a little bit. Lucas, two of the most lovely men in the world. I couldn't agree more, man. I could not agree more. But here we are going to get the final of Connor Jacobson coming in. He can still go 202 if he can find some strikes here. He left that pocket 4-9 last time with his Phase 2 Pearl. A lot of Phase 2 Pearls are being thrown so far in this field. Let's see. And he does get 10 back. He gets both the 4 and the 9 out at the same time. Good for him. Big finish on his part. We're going to see Team Newman on the left side of your screen. They can strike out for 172 in total. 172 for those guys if they strike out. He loves that rage. That rage, the Primal Rage was one of those motive balls that was really good and people are kind of mediocre on.
I'm trying to come up with a strategy to
Get people to not go on it. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work.
We'll put some poison ivy on that side of the table, see if that helps. Maybe some spikes or something. My PSO still has a blank Ricochet on sale. Yeah, good luck selling that. Connor actually drilled up the only Ricochet return we had and ever had because nobody wanted to buy that ball. Brent Newman opens there, and they go 150. 150 on the left side of your screen. So with scores being so high, makes it tough.
But Harrison's going around getting scores right now, so we'll have a first score update here shortly.
Perfect. Yeah,
the
we're
thing
seeing.
Is it's 15 teams, so it don't take long to get them.
That's the nice part. You're dealing with 70 bowlers, but it's 15 teams.
It's hard to keep up with it game by game, but you do a couple game stretches at a time. It's pretty easy to do.
Absolutely. So that was game number 3. We're jumping into game 4 right now. Thomas Cleveland coming in on the left side, on the right side of your screen, leaving a stone 7-10. Hot start. Unfortunate for those guys. We're seeing a brand new team come in. We're seeing the loose line team consisting of Brent Newman, Nate Waldhauser, Dan Chambers, and I don't know who their fourth is. I haven't looked yet.
Elijah Raymond.
Oh, Elijah's their fourth. Elijah Raymond's coming in as the fourth.
Yep. They did not golf very well.
They did not, no.
You know what? They're maybe they'll sneak a couple side pots out,
That's always the goal, yeah.
There's always a couple different ways to make money on both sides. We do got a fair amount of side pots. We got the high games. We got some super high games. We got Eliminator. On the golf side, we got skins. We got a par 3 contest. We got a variety of ways that, even like the golf team's got a couple extra perks where they can make money because you can win golf and still not cash in the tournament. Now usually if you win a sport, you probably sneak in the backdoor cash spot, but it doesn't always happen,
Yeah, being able to do well in both sides of things, both the golfing and the bowling, is not the easiest thing in the world. So we're getting a little bit of a hold up here, so we're going to jump over to the Cleveland team again, see what they can do. They go 7-10 and then a soft 7-pin here, starting off their game, and then a strike in the first.
I even forgot to mention on lane 12, we got National Collegiate Champion Bean Ha on that lane, don't we?
We do, and they did just shoot 140.
Okay, I didn't see that part.
Yep.
He flies up Phoenix just for this event. Now, obviously, Briley's other half that kind of helps me coordinate the shop or a tournament I put together, and he yells at me to make sure I do it right.
Yep. Yeah, that's about his entire role here is try to make money and then yell when things are bad. It's about the two things that he excels at right now. So we're trying to see, can hear Team Cleveland asking what's the move off of a 7-10 and a 7-pin. I think the answer is cry. That might be your best choice. We're gonna watch one shot from Mr. Edwards here, seeing if he can get things back on track for this team. Bowling bad, what's going on? No one throwing the TDH. Shockingly, nobody in America throws the TDH. Don't worry about that. Mine is currently being plugged to sell right now as we speak, thank God. All right, we're going to jump back over. We did get a strike there from Matt Edwards. We're going to go back over to lanes 9 and 10, get our first look at Team Newman. Brent Newman, motive staffer, is throwing the blue Coral Venom. He gets a strike going for these guys. They just had a rough game with 150, so they need a couple of big ones here to get back on track.
I mean, it's a 14-game block, so you can probably get away with a 150 game, but you don't want too many of them,
True.
The goal is hope you can turn those 150s into 180s and then smash them when you can,
Yeah, you need to be able to get those 250s and 60s at some point today. If you can't get those, it's going to make it tough to come back. Because pair-to-pair can be tough. You can sometimes get a bad pair. Maybe guys broke them down really weird.
Absolutely.
That happens. That's definitely going to happen.
And,
but
like I said, the variety of different balls people are using. There's people here using house balls, right?
Yes.
So, there's a team or two, almost they all throw house balls, right?
Yep.
So don't tell me that doesn't do a little carry down,
Yeah. Jazzy B. Is Al wearing the unicorn shorts again? Yes, he is.
Who's
wearing Sweet Baby Jazzy B.
Oh,
Longtime fan of the channel. He loved your unicorn shorts yesterday.
Yeah. I am
we
wearing the
mentioned him a
unicorn
little
shorts.
bit.
Mostly because I was responsible. I always say be responsible, and now this is one of the few events I run that I play in. you know, and luckily I hired Brooke Salzman, another collegiate standout. So she's been basically running my tournament, doing everything, getting the money organized. I got to play and have fun yesterday, and I was responsible. I got a ride here from the golf course. So my car's
there you
at
go.
the golf course right now. And by doing so, I left my clothes bag at I left them at my car. So yes, I do have my same shorts on.
Yep, beautiful. Dan Chambers just picked up a nice super washout on that shot. I didn't see his first shot to see how he left a super washout, but not the most fun thing to leave on this right now. Hey, Fireball, what's going on? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day over there on the TikTok side. Remember to make sure to follow if you haven't already. Best way to help support the channel, best way to help support the live streams. Drop a follow, drop a like. Great way to help. We're going to see Elijah Raymond here over on lane number 9, see if he can get something going. Elijah's notoriously not liked this building. He has not ever been a big fan of bowling here. He leaves a lot of flat 10s. Big strike there for him, which is good. So gets those guys strike, spare, strike. Elijah, though, in the 3-hole, so he's only bowling 2 frames a game.
Yep. He says first time he's bowled in a while. It's the last time for a while. Sounds like he's got a little surgery coming up.
Oh,
so
really?
He says he's toughing her out, so 2 frames is good for him.
Okay, that's why. Interesting. I didn't know that.
I can't remember exactly what he told me, but he's got something being worked on in his back.
Oh, okay. He's too young for that. He's like 31.
Yeah, he's younger than me, yeah. But get back to the unicorn shorts.
Yeah.
Now, there's a reason behind I wear them to bowling events sometimes.
Okay.
So I'll tell you guys that. So I like to wear my unicorn shorts at a couple of bowling events. Just the term unicorn, my goals, you know, been in the bowling industry most of my life. I've been here at Spare Time 3 or 4 years. I've probably worked in the bowling industry for 22 years. So now the person that recruited me is Terry Haas. She's the director of IPSIA. She's on the state board. People are very familiar with Terry.
Yep.
And I'm grateful she's the one that brought me into here. And she's always used the term, like when talking about someone like Ron Hoppy or Del Ward, they're unicorns in the bowling industry. So I kind of clicked in my head because my goal is I want to be a unicorn in the bowling industry someday. So that's kind of what put it in my head that I wanted unicorn shorts. So
okay.
Unicorns, so it's just special people, the Brent Prentices of the world, you know?
Yeah.
Like he just crushed it at junior gold at Cedarville Lanes, you know?
Oh, okay.
He's a unicorn in the bowling industry. You'd agree with that,
Yep,
you know?
absolutely.
You know, he just won a national award a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, he won Proprietor of the Year.
So, you know, that's the goal someday. You know, I'm still a little bit younger, you know, and I've done a lot of good things, run a lot of good events, so I'm on my way, I want to say, you know.
Absolutely. No, that's awesome. That's a good spot to try to hit.
Yeah.
That makes sense. No, and that's what you need in an industry like this, are a couple of unicorns who can kind of push things forward in their own way.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm in the Hall of Fame. I just want to be referred to as a unicorn.
Yeah. Hall of Fames are, you know, sometimes hit or miss, sometimes a little political in every sport, as you guys are aware, in other things, with Bill Belichick not being a first ballot Hall of Famer in football, which is still
Isn't that just
blowing
wild?
my mind. It's
Isn't that
insane.
just wild?
I couldn't believe
Why?
that.
Because he's dating a young girl or what?
I think it was something about like how he's still coaching, maybe. It was odd. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It was weird.
Collegiate coaching.
Yeah, now he's collegiate coaching on and off, so it's very interesting. Jazzy, is Nate doing well? I haven't. They went to the other side of the building.
I think they're on what?
Right?
No, they're right there. They're on.
Are they on 15 yet?
I think they're on 14. I think.
Oh yeah,
So
you're right.
started
They
on
are.
11, 12, so I think
169 for those guys. They're not having a fun time. Not having a fun time.
You know, I wouldn't. I'd bet they get it together pretty quick though.
Yeah. But that's a hard thing. Like, we're already through 4 games. We're a third of the way through this tournament, through this qualifying block. These teams, their goal is 300 over. Plus 300 is the overall goal for a lot of these guys, because that's about where top 3 are. You're going to see Dan Chambers go through the face on that
I'm
one.
gonna see if they got 2 games in.
Justin, fair share of 10 pins being whiffed at. Guess bowlers are over accounting for the high friction. Well, and that's another one, too, that was actually kind of surprising last night. Is you didn't see many spares being missed, but today you are. And a lot of these guys, this is their first tournament of the year. So they took the summer off. This is a lot of them their first time picking up bowling balls in a couple of months. So the spare game is not sharp by any means like it would be, you know, in January, February. So I think that's having a big part to do with a lot of the missed spares as well. Didn't expect that response. Love this guy. Jazzy, once we get you here in Minnesota for a couple of tournaments, you'll love Al even more. Don't worry.
Who's that?
So Jazzy is he's in Michigan.
Okay.
Yep. Matt Rowan, what's going on? How are you bowling? I am not bowling. I'm just doing the live streaming today. Just a mere live streamer today, so no bowling for Zach. We do have a lot of cool things coming, though. We're gonna have some shoe reviews coming in. I had a couple shoes sent to me, so we'll get some reviews out for that very soon. Should be fun. See what Elijah can do here, trying to get this team back on track.
I was proud of myself with how I bowled last night.
Yeah.
I did not bowl too bad.
Yeah.
For me. I'm a 200 house hack, you know, on a good day.
That's what you get all over the place in this place. Oh, that game just ended. Sorry about that. We'll be staying on lanes 9 and 10. These guys finished very quickly compared to their counterparts on 9 and 10. 237 out of these guys. Even though Thomas Cleveland can't get a 7-10 out, they can still strike out and get to 230. See what these final two teams do. Connor coming up again, trying to. They can still get 230 out of this game. That wouldn't be too terrible. Nate Waldhauser coming up on the left, get to 230 as well. That's a big thing with the leaders yesterday. They had a couple 260 games, which really helped them out. So they were all clicking at the same time. It's like Nate can't get the 7 out of that one. Connor coming in, though. Phase 2 Pearl through the face for a 6-9-10 combo. 6-9-10. So players to watch out for right now, especially for the overall standings, were, like we said, Team Shooty from earlier they will be off camera until about I believe game 10. They'll be back on cam, 10 or 11. So we'll be able to see if they're able to make a run at this #1 bowling spot to be able to take over the overall lead. But otherwise, this is going to be a mess of a top standings. Seems like a lot of the teams that golfed well are not bowling well, and vice versa.
Yes, it really creates quite the interesting layout, that's for sure.
Yeah. We're going to jump over lanes 11 and 12. We've got going a little bit. Will Jones leaving a stuff 9 to kick off his game. But, yeah, this is interesting. So we might see a messy standing sheet near the end of today, which should make it fun. I always love a close match. That always makes things entertaining. See if Will can pick up this 9-pin. Luckily, everything's easy enough right now where most guys are hooking at a lot of their spares, which is A-okay. Brent Newman with a big strike there on lane number 9 with Nate's 7-pin. I believe they can still get to a 2-teen game. Yeah, they can still get to 215 over on lane 9. Here on lane 12, we've got Thomas still throwing the Goldie Raptor Rush. I'm shocked that ball did not sell better because it is such a bright gold color. Usually the bright colorways do fairly well. Motive's been killing it with their colors for the last 2 years or so. But that ball got discontinued faster than almost any Motive ball, and he goes 10 back on that one. He looked so worried about it, but it was 10 back, which was good. But we're going to see Taylor Corner here, finishing off his game on lane number 10. That ball bounces through the fronts, does not hook, but he still had a double to start that frame, so he gets to 217, I believe, 218. Let's see. Dan Chambers opened there, big open for him. So 230 is out the window, and they end up going about 200 instead. Oh, they don't even break 200. $183 for these guys. Not a fun game. But we're going to see Matt Cleveland here. High 6-pin on his shot. So we're just entering game number 5 right now. Game 5 of 14 on the day. 14 total games of Baker competition going on. A lot of shiny balls being thrown right now. Looking at the lanes right now, they started off, like I said, 45-foot ratio or 45-foot pattern, 5-to-1 ratio, 29 mils.
Yeah, we do got scores
They're
after
breaking down.
2.
We do. Okay. Let me see. I'm guessing it's on the same sheet, so I can pull that up as well.
Got a little more organized, a little easier to read today.
Beautiful. All right. Scores after 2 games right now. Team Gusto, which is a team of college standouts, are leading the way at only 426. So only a 426 from those guys. Scores are a little lower than yesterday. I believe our leader after 2 was 470 yesterday. Team Ortle coming in 425 plus 25. Team Cleveland plus 16. Team Durant plus 15. Rounding out our top 8 is Team Kelsey, who's at minus 13. So we have 5 out of 15 teams that are currently positive. So 5 out of 13 teams are positive right now. See Matt Edwards, that's got to peel. Does not peel. Does he get the 10 out of it? He is not washout for him. We're going to jump over to lanes 1 and 2. We have a brand new team coming in. Al, who is the team we have coming on lane 9 right now? Who are these guys?
Coming on lane 9, so that would be team. Lane coming on to 9 right now. Let me see that. Is that the Schmitz team, I want to say? That's the Schmitz team.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
So we have the Schmitz team coming up. They're actually in last right now on the bowling
so
side.
They're one of our. They finished second in golf.
Okay.
And they're definitely what you would call the golf team, right?
Yep.
Not very good. They're not bad, not terrible. I mean, I think Alex Bowe's league. I'm not sure where, but they got some equipment. So, but yeah, they're definitely one of the golf teams. They finished second. They shot minus 14. The one guy's a golf coach.
Okay.
So they got a big golf background just in general, second time playing in the event. They didn't play last year. They played 3 years ago, and they took second in golf that year too. So they just missed golf this year. They won the par 3 contest, which was good for $1,000. So that was
nice.
They left with something, and they still going into the bowling. They're still got the second most points.
Yep.
So they're at 74 points. The winning golf team came in with 80 points. Just to go over a couple of the teams from yesterday's golf, just to kind of break it down a little bit. So Team Peterson took third in golf. They got 68 points. Team Bedard and Team Shooty both finished at minus 12. That put them at 60.5 points apiece. Now Team Gusto, they finished minus 11. They got 54 points. So basically, if you were to win bowling, you get 80 points, right? Yep. So that. They're kind of probably one of the threats to win the event, too. How did Team Bedard finish yesterday?
Team Bedard ended up in 6th place yesterday at minus 8.
For bowling?
Yep, for bowling. Yeah,
okay.
6th place at minus 8.
Okay.
Yeah, so and there was a massive gap between them and 5th place.
All right.
5th place was Team Azeltine, who is plus 69.
They probably got a good chance of cashing, but I don't think that's going to be quite a threat to win the event.
Well, but if we look at the bowling scores from yesterday, we had Blaha in first, who didn't do great golfing. They did fine, middle of the pack. Yep. Team Ethan in second. They didn't do great golfing. Team Connor in third. They were last in golfing. Team Briley in fourth. They were middle of the pack in golfing.
Yep.
Azeltine was a little higher up there, I think, in golf.
They were even. They
were real low.
Yeah.
Bedard did all right. Team Holmes coming in 7th in bowling. Didn't do the best in golfing as well. Ooh, I'm going to turn my camera just a touch.
Team Holmes, they took. Look here, quick.
There we go. Absolutely.
So Team Durant did finish pretty well in golf. They finished, if I'm looking right, they finished at minus 10. Team Durant finished at minus 9, so I got them 38.5 points. So, I mean, they got a chance to definitely cash, maybe be in the top 3 teams, depending on how they bowl today. Doesn't look like they're bowling too bad out of the gates, or what, 20 up or something like that, or right around even.
Nice. Tim, you're so quiet. Are things a little bit quiet on your side? I don't know. I'm looking at the volume numbers, and they look pretty okay on my end. So let me know though, TikTok, if things sound good or bad. They should be a little bit louder, but I can go fix it if needed. What lanes am I on, Dustin? I am not bowling right now. I'm just live streaming. And KD trying to average 250 on a PBA pattern. Good luck. Good luck. Have fun. Not an easy thing to do. Have a good rest of the stream. Thank you so much, Jazzy. Appreciate it. But we're going to see. It's still off.
Well, it looks like did they just finally put a good game together down there on 15? That's 260. 230. All right, 236. The team shooties heading the right direction now. And went like 150, 160, just shot 230. So looks like they're starting to get together. I think that's after 5 games. Our next scoring update is going to be right around game 6. We'll get a good feel for it, but we're cruising along. We're right around game 5 right now.
Apologies for that on the TikTok side. Hopefully that sounds a little better. Always have some technical things going on, but we are back. We're over on lanes 9 and 10 still. We're seeing a couple of strikes coming in on the right side of your screen. 86 in the 5th for these guys with a double. We'll see if Brent Newman can keep a little bit of a string going. Be huge for these guys. He's throwing, like I said, a blue coral venom. That'll look pretty all right. 236 still on the board for these guys. We're just finishing up game number 5 right now. The right side of your screen, Taylor corner, getting a strike. He had one of the high averages here a couple of years ago. Big house shot bowler coming in, and he can strike out for 230. Few higher scores are starting to come in now that the lanes are transitioning a little, so maybe they started a little harder than everybody thought. Yeah, if somebody can on TikTok can let me know if you can hear me, if things sound okay or not, would be really appreciated. But we are live on both YouTube and TikTok right now, so if you don't like the format you're watching in, you can go to the other format, go to the other platform, and be able to watch a little bit. Finishing up, see if Elijah Raymond switched over to the 10th frame, even though he only wanted to bowl a couple of frames a game. All good now? Perfect. Yeah, I just had to boost things a little bit. We will see if Elijah can strike out here, try to get them to a 236. That'll make up for the last couple of games to a certain degree. Ooh, fun little strike there. Ooh, goes through the face. 3-6-10. 3-6-10 for Elijah. The spare here, he can get him to 213 though, so not a bad 213 if he can get a little bit out of it. But yeah, scorers, like I said, only a handful of teams are positive, and the teams that are positive are not plus by much. So Team Blaha is probably feeling a little bit of a sigh of relief right now. They might be able to take over for this whole bowling side. With only about 9-ish games left, 8 games left, you're going to need some going to need some good games out of these guys to be able to make a big run. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hope you guys are enjoying things so far. Remember, on the TikTok side, double tap your screen to drop a like. Best way to help support. Best way to help get some other people jumping into the stream as well. Get a push to those guys. Always appreciated and helpful. We haven't live streamed a tournament in a little while. We will have a couple of more live streams of our own tournaments coming up very soon. We will be bowling in 2 weeks, I believe, now. It'll be in 2 weeks for the 11thframe.com Open. That's going down in Dubuque, Iowa. That's a massive tournament. That'll be a Mike Flanagan streamed event. But I will also be competing at the event, and I'll have it streaming on TikTok is my hope right now. That'll probably be what'll be happening. So more to come when we get a little closer to that point. But they put out the pattern for that one, and it is 39 mils of volume. 45 feet, 39 mils. It's going to be the most amount of volume I've ever personally bowled on. So it should be a fun time. Recorded amount that I've ever bowled on, I should say. Some of the hand oil stuff, I've only bowled hand oil, I think, once, and that felt a little heavier, but nothing too crazy. I don't know how many mils that ended up being. But otherwise, yeah, getting above 35 is usually pretty rare. All right, we are just finishing up things here. We are going to move over to lanes 11 and 12 for a sec. Watch them throw some shots. Connor leaves a 6-10 again in his first shot. You're seeing a lot of balls go high. You're not seeing too many guys go light. We did see Dan Chambers leave a super washout last game, but it seems like really there's just a big out of bounds to the right now, but a lot of these guys are actually throwing it there. I just saw Matt Cleveland over on the right side of the YouTube stream get the ball further right than I expected, and it roared back for high flush. So I think there's a little more friction than you'd expect. These lanes did not sit very long after they were oiled, so that always has a big thing to do with it. Tip for you guys is the longer a lane generally needs to sit about 20 minutes for it to actually play quote-unquote normal. If a lane doesn't sit for 20 minutes or more, it is actually not going to play very consistent in some ways. And you'll notice a little bit of wonkiness from the pattern. And these lanes they did not sit for very long, so that might be something that we end up noticing here for a little bit. And here we see a big strike from Nate. You can see these pins bouncing around a little bit more on that one. Shout out to the twister pins for that. Travis, urethane banned? No, urethane is not banned for this event. This is everything's allowed. It's a USBC. I don't believe it's technically sanctioned, but either way, yeah, urethane is allowed, but it's just not a good idea on a shot like this. It would be absolutely terrible right now. When you need to average 220 and it's 45 feet, 29 mils, urethane would actually hook too early and be too slow down lane. So you'll see a strong lack of urethane going down the field, or going down the lanes today. We're going to see if Elijah Raymond can get one here, and also if Taylor can get his 9-pin over here on the right lane. Also, drink of the day is Alani Pink Slush. Second best Alani flavor out there. I haven't heard if there's any new Alanis coming in the next couple of months. Hopefully there's a couple of good ones coming, but I haven't heard anything yet. Taylor does get his 9-pin. Nothing too crazy there. Elijah does strike. We're going to wait a little bit. We've got a little bit of a slowdown over here on lane number 9. We're still getting some teams trying to make it over that way. So the team coming over is actually a local team. Looks like Jordan Von Ruden's team. They are local Owatonna guys, and they shot 174 in game number 5, going into game 6. See what Dan Chambers can do on this one. 10 back for Chambers. These pins are bouncy. All right, we're going to watch one more here on the right side of your screen from Mitch Hansen, see what he can do. Danger zone purple ice, I think, for him. 10 back. Nice shot. Justin, axes are allowed. Wonder if anyone is rolling one. They are not, no. An axe would also be terrible on this. Yeah, an axe would not. That is way too little hook. You need reactive balls. You need reactive balls on stuff like this. So, yeah. But I was just talking to Dan Chambers over here, who's on lane number 11 right now, just about what balls they're throwing. And they are throwing, two guys are throwing IQ, or there's an IQ Tour, IQ AI. Nate Waldhauser's throwing a Next Factor, and then Brent Newman's throwing a Blue Coral Venom, which is a weaker asymmetrical Venom. Elijah, their 10 back. They've got front 6 going, so we're going to switch over to them on the YouTube side in just a minute. But we are seeing our new team, Jordan Von Ruden's team, coming up. I'm going to get that roster ready for you guys. See if I can find it quick. There it is. They are not called the Von Ruden team. That would be way too easy. Maybe the Reyes team. There they are. Alex Reyes, Jordan Von Ruden, Jake Kaplan, Andy Harrigan. But it looks like they... oh, no, that is the correct team. Yep, that is the correct team. Oh, on the big volume? No, soft urethane is allowed. Sorry about that. Soft urethane is allowed on the 11th frame one, but the 78s just are not going to be early enough. Or they are going to be early enough, but they don't have enough flare. When you get on that much volume and that much length, you need flare out of your ball. So if you don't have the flare, it's just not a good idea. So you're probably not going to see much urethane. I did try, I bowled on something very similar last weekend. I did try Concept. If you can play straight enough, it looks good. But the bigger ASIMs just overall look better. Ion Maxes, Zero Mercy Solids, Jackal Onyxes, things like that look a little bit better. So we have a front 7 alert. We are going to jump over to that. Front 7 for Brent Newman's team. I'm actually going to move the TikTok chat to see that as well quick. Front 8 for the Newman team. We moved the TikTok just a little bit. You guys are able to see it a little bit through the pillar. I might just hold this up for you guys. We'll just hold it up for you guys here. And as I bring it over, Nate with a soft 10 pin there. So we do see a 279 on the board for these guys. 279 for the Newman team. They had a couple of mediocre games, so this is a big one for them. So let's see if Nate can get this spare and be able to weasel out this 279, hook a little bit. He has a mix that hooks a little bit too much. We got to get him a mix that doesn't. But that is a front 8 with a 9 spare, trying to go for 279 for these guys. Huge game out of Newman's team. We are going to get you guys back on lanes 11 and 12 here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, actually. TikTok is not a big fan if you get TVs in the clip because of copyright issues. So we're going to lower that a little bit. We're going to see what Jordan Von Ruden's team can do. Spare strike. Oh, we are seeing Elijah actually 4-pin there. So we're going to move over to lanes 9 and 10 quick. You're going to see a lot of games of bowling all at the same time. Ball raffle for an Ion Max for anybody who wants to drive over to Owatonna, Minnesota quick. Unsurprisingly, the guy who won yesterday wanted the Alpha Crux. Who would have guessed? So here we are seeing the differentiation of teams. We're seeing on lane 10 somebody who's just throwing it straight. So you are seeing a little bit of a lot of different skill levels in this tournament, which makes it fun, makes it very entertaining. So you're seeing some guys who are fantastic bowlers. You're seeing some middle of the road. You're seeing all over the place. But that's where a lot of these teams are actually better golf teams and bowling teams. We are seeing a big 267 out of Team Newman. Big 267 game. So good game for them in game number 6. Be able to get them going on the right track. But then we do see an open here on lane number 9, which is a little unfortunate. Big spare there on the left side of your screen. Baby split. No new standings quite yet right now. We have standings through 2 games, so waiting a little bit for them to grab games 3, 4, 5, and 6. Most teams are in game 6 now or ending game 6. Looking at scores around the building, I'm not seeing anything higher than of this 260, that's for sure. This is definitely the high game of the game. Of the round for these guys and for most guys. Looking around, I'm not seeing anything over 220 outside of that. Oh, I do see a 278. Just kidding. We did have a 278 coming in. I cannot see what team that's from, though. So that'll be interesting to see. We're getting a little bit of a mismatch in terms of how quickly some teams are getting done, so we're going to have a little bit of time until everybody's ready to go. You see Alex Reyes coming in here. He throws it a little bit hard for a lot of these conditions, so a little bit quick there, gets it a little bit to the right. Wash out, that ball never wanted to read, so it's a big thing. It's still 45 feet. Even though it's a higher friction lanes, even though the oil volume isn't crazy high, it is still a situation where it is a longer volume, so you can't get your ball to hook too late. If you do that, you are going to be missing the head pin right. We're seeing more washouts today than we did last night. Let's see if we can spare it, though. Gets 3. Does not get a kickback from the gutter. Kickbacks are kind of rare in this building, so you don't see a whole lot of them. We'll see what else these guys can get going. Just realizing, I think my MacBook is actually charging through its USB-C port. Is that actually a thing? Oh, yeah. Interesting. MacBook Pros and Airs can charge from any port on your MacBook. Fun story, I have been charging my MacBook through the main charger. It has like this magnetic charger that comes with it, but it's only on MacBooks. So I was a little bit upset. I was thinking Mac was doing their Mac thing and that they force you to use only that charger, but it looks like you can use any of its 4 USB-C ports to charge. So I take everything back I've ever said bad about the MacBook. This thing's sick. Go get a MacBook today, Apple. Sponsor me. John Clifton, what is going on? Hello to you, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Seeing a couple missed spares here. 146 on lane number 10 and a 178 over on lane number 9. So a couple of 170 games. Just waiting a little bit to get everybody going. We're going to move lanes over here on the YouTube side of things. Showcase what if Team Newman can keep this one going. They shot 267 last game. See if they can keep that going onto lane number 12. Again, this is a twister lane, so you're going to see a little bit more pin action, but you also see a few more stuffed 7s and stuffed 9 pins. A couple 4 9s as well. So we're getting a little bit of a slowdown here for some reason. Today is going slow compared to yesterday. Yesterday we were done in about 3 hours. Today is probably going to be a full 4 hours, is my guess, just based on the speed right now. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and we're through 6 games. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get to the full 4. Nate Waldhauser coming up over here, getting the ball right. 10 back for him. Next Factor, I just made a video yesterday about how the Next Factor might be one of the more underrated balls on the market. And Nate's throwing one here, and the ball is good for a lot of those slower ball speeds. It's not too quick down lane because it is asymmetrical, but it does get farther down lane than a lot of other balls. So it is a ball that I think a lot of people would fit with, and it's on sale so much now. The problem with that ball is it was $200 retail, which was way too high for a lower-end bowling ball. Even with it being an ASIM, being a lower-end piece, it was so expensive. But now, seeing it at about $120 to $130 in places like bowling.com, that's been a huge thing to see. That's been really exciting to see. Box Savage, how can I tell if my house uses twisters? That's one of the harder things to find is if they do. So you can sometimes tell based on the pin itself. Twisters are a little bit whiter and a little bit brighter, but otherwise asking around is generally the best way to find out. Otherwise, you have to be fairly close, and the closest we ever get to a pin is 60 feet away, so it's a little bit tough to see. But here we're going to see if lanes 9 and 10, if it's the bowlers who are causing the lower scores on this pair, or if the lanes are actually getting a little bit gnarly over here. So we're seeing Elijah Raymond with a 10-pin there, but we're going to jump over to lanes 9 and 10 now for everybody. We're getting a brand new team jumping on to the stream. Let's find the name of that team quick. I believe that'll be Team Bakken. No, it is not. Just trying to find what this team name is. It's a team where a couple of the guys weren't able to make it, it looks like. Colt Bakken, though, is the leader of the team. Sal Pusteri is another guy on the team. Todd Mullman coming in the 3rd spot. I don't know who their 4th bowler is right now, though. I'm not sure who this gentleman is coming up on lane 9 who just left a 2-pin. We're seeing Jordan Von Roon, seeing if he can get some things going. Gets a big strike there. Gets them 9-spare strike to kick things off, so that's been good to see. Frank, would you say a strong or weaker ball if you don't have too many revs, 2-hander? If you're more on the speed dominant side, stronger balls are generally better. So sounds like you're a little bit more on speed dominant side, so that's where the stronger pieces will be a little better. A Max sponsor this man. I was gonna say only 6. Hey, we love PC work. That's the best part with working from home now with the job is I can always have a stream on in the background, so I can have the Lucy on. Was the last couple of days. Can have some random bowling on, random music, whatever it may be. It's an easy way for me to keep up with bowling social media. Be able to watch a lot of the videos that are coming out. Can have that on as a second monitor stream. That's what I like to call it. So the second monitor channel is always great to have. Perks of having 3 monitors, too. You can even have a 3rd monitor if you want to be overstimulated. Get something on 2 of the 3 monitors, and video games on the other one. God, you can have so many things happening at the same time. So much room for activities. Ooh, big open there. That was a 2-5, and he misses it. You're seeing a lot of missed spares right now. A lot of missed spares all over the place, which is not ideal. So that's why scores are going to be low. I can't really tell. It seems like this might be playing a little harder than what I thought it would. I thought it would play easier today, in all honesty, but it is playing harder. We do have scores after 5, though. So we have our scores after 5 right now. Team Cleveland is taking the lead. We saw them shoot a big 276 earlier. They went 237, 197 after that to be leading at 1126. Team Gusto coming in 2nd. They are just being team consistent right now, plus 80. Team Durant in 3rd at plus 56. Looking out, we have 5 teams in total that are above even. So over a 200 average for only 5 of the 15 teams in the field right now. So very low scores. Team Newman, with their last game, brought them back up to even, which is huge for them. That was after 6. So they were minus 72 after 5 games, and then after 6 they shot that big 268, so that brought them back into it about slightly minus, but now they're at 97 in the 5th. Sal Pusteri coming in. Big strike from him. Team Colt is not doing too hot. They're at minus 114, averaging 177 on the day. They're going to need a lot of strikes coming into today. Mario, what's up? How many teams are there? There are 15 teams on this squad, and there were 14 teams last night, so 29 teams in total. Jazzy, was the oil done just before the start yesterday, or did the oil have a chance to settle? No, both days. Oil didn't have really a chance to settle, where they oiled very soon before competition started. Today, there was a smaller amount of time between oiling and competition starting than there was last night. But last night, the lanes maybe got 30 minutes max of wait time. And after talking to Ron Hicklin, the goal is 20 minutes at a minimum for a lot of these, a lot of lanes. And they got probably about that yesterday. But it sounds like a pair was not burned. So what that means is when you oil a lane, the first lane you oil generally isn't great. Usually it's what we call burned. It's going to hook a lot more. So what I found out yesterday is that no pairs were burned at all, which means they didn't double oil any of the pairs, which that means is that the first pair that they oil, the first lane they oil, is going to hook much more than every other pair. So that's just a normal thing with a bowling oiling machine. And I'll be curious when these guys get to an end pair to see if they hook that much more. We're seeing some better teams struggling on our end pair today, so that might be why, is that there's just a lesser amount of oil out there. Bowling bad, you are a, looks like you are 12 mile an hour speed and 350 revs. Yeah, then you're going to need an ascend. I think a Fury is still going to be too much ball for you, especially with 12 mile an hour speed. Maybe the loose limbs from yesterday made it easier. Probably did. Probably did. Not so pro, what's going on? Are you playing or commentating? I am just commentating today. I am just a mere commentator today. Jackson, bowling. Yes, Jackson. We do have some bowling going on. All the bowling. Seen a lot of low scores, though. A lot of low scores today. Yes, and, well, there's plenty of aiming fluid being rolled around right now. There was a Bloody Mary bar that started, I believe, at 8 a.m. this morning. Competition started at 9:30. I don't know if many took advantage of it, in all honesty. Also, Colt Bakken here. Blast from the pass, throwing an Idle Helios. Rotogrip Idle Helios for him. Gets a nice 4-bagger on that one. Haven't seen that guy in a minute. I think we have two. We have a Helios on lane 8 as well. That's crazy. If I had a nickel for every time I saw a Helios in the year 2026, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. 4-9 on lane 12. That's 6 of them on that pair. On that lane, yeah. We now have 6 4-9s have been left on lane number 12 for this tournament so far. You guys can see it on YouTube on the far right side of your screen, but there was another 4-9. There have been so many 4-9s with those twister pins. So that's one of the pros and cons with the plastic pins is you get more pin action if your ball's going in, you know, in a certain angle. So scores can be higher, but it leaves a lot of 9 pins, a lot of 7s, a lot of 4s. So you're getting a lot of, like, more interesting hits. So that's where 6 4-9s have been left in about 20 games of competition. So there's a 4-9 being left every 3 games on that lane. Usually I would say a 4-9 is being left in maybe every 8 to 10 games of competition. So not ideal. Not ideal on that one. But here we're trying to see if these guys can get a couple of strikes going. It looks like Team Colt is able to get a strike here. They can get to 194 and open in the 9th didn't help. But they can still get a 190 out of this game. They're still about 100 back, about 200 back of the leader, so they need some big ones. Hey, Jake B, what's going on, man? How you doing? I just ordered the Evoke Hysteria yesterday. Nice, love that for you. Black Spec, thanks for the follow. And Kate, what state are y'all in? We are in Minnesota, southern Minnesota right now. This is where this is all going on. Owatonna, Minnesota. We got to get you some of those meta glasses. I've seen a lot of guys try the meta glasses. I don't like them. A lot of guys try them, and I just don't think I can give much like good footage from them. That I can get more on a camera than I can on the glasses, unfortunately. and they're very expensive. Jazzy, what ball not from 2025, 2026 would you play on the lanes today? So if I had to pick a ball not from 25 and 6, we did see the Primal Rage Evolution going down the lane, and that looked really good. Somebody was throwing a Virtual Energy Blackout, which looked pretty all right. Otherwise, just those weaker, quicker balls. High Road Pearl would look really sick on this shot. That was, what, 2017, I believe? Looks like he was able to get the 4-9. Yeah. So, like I said, scores are up after 5. Went through some of those. We do want to give a big shout out to the Faribault Golf Club for hosting this year's Golf and Bowl and the last couple of years of Golf and Bowl. They've been incredible over there in Faribault, Minnesota. If you're going golfing, that's a great place to go. Southern Minnesota has some really cool local courses that you can check out, and they're one of the best ones you can hit up. So make sure you go check out the Faribault Golf Club if you are ever in the area, ever in the Southern Minnesota area. Fantastic place to go, and huge thank you again to them for hosting this year's event. Mario planning to have an all-hammer Scorpion arsenal. Nice. Yeah, the original Scorpion will be a little tough to find. What lane condition do you recommend? Those are all very middle-of-the-road bowling balls, so you're not going to want too much volume for a lot of the Scorpions. You're going to want more of those. I mean, house shots, it's going to look great. Medium volume shots are going to be great. Shiny Axiom. Yeah, Shiny Axiom would be a little bit too much ball, Jazzy. Shiny Axiom will be a little bit too strong. Erky, are you playing today? I am not doing any bowling today. I am just a mere live streamer today. So taking the bowling hat off, doing some live streaming of this event. It's been a fun time so far. Awesome being able to see things behind the scenes, be able to see how all of these teams are playing the lanes, what's all going on. It's been interesting to see. Hey, Joe, what's going on? Thank you for providing coverage. Able to watch for a while this morning. Thank you so much for jumping in, Joe. Really appreciate it. It was great seeing you yesterday. Awesome being able to see you yesterday. Thank you for hopping in as well. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's been fun being able to provide the coverage for this. Some of these smaller tournaments sometimes don't get many live streams. I don't think we have anybody in the field live streaming it from what I'm seeing. Sometimes we'll get the Victor Cortezes of the world, who will be Ryan Powers, who live stream their events. But we don't have anybody here, so glad to be able to bring that coverage to everybody out there. Don, would an IQ Sapphire be good for a medium sharp slot? It's more of a weakened sharp ball, not as much of a medium sharp ball. So it'll be more of that burn ball for your game, Don. But it looks great. We've seen a couple of them go down the lanes this weekend. It is not officially out to the public yet, so we've seen some Storm staffers and VIP Pro Shops been throwing them a little bit. We are done here on lanes 9 and 10. We're going to jump over to 11 and 12 for their final frame. We've got a 210 over here on lane 11, and then we have Elijah Raymond striking out here for a big 195 over on lane number 12. But then we're at moving time. We're getting every team to kind of go over to their next lane. We're going to get a new set of 4 new faces over here on lane number 9. So this is going to mark the halfway point of the tournament. That is the end of game number 7. Game number 7 is over. We've got 7 more to go. Let's see if we can pick up this 210 here on lane number 11. I haven't seen a 210 pickup yet this weekend. Oh, misses it. We still have not seen a 210 converted on the stream. Oh, sad. I thought he had that one. Hope you guys are enjoying so far. Make sure to drop a like and a follow or subscription if you can, if you're enjoying what you're watching. We have a few live streams that are always going on, so really appreciate everybody who's hopping in today on your Sunday morning. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Otherwise, we got a lot of bowling coming up yet. Yes, Don, an IQ Sapphire will be a little more usable than any of the hustles, just a little stronger ball overall, which is going to be more useful. we are going to switch back. It looks like nobody's really kicking us off quite yet. We're going to jump over to lanes 9 and 10 quick on the YouTube side. We got Colt still throwing this shiny Idle Helios. I wish that Helios was better. Fun fact, the Helios looks great on twister pins. So one time I've had success with that Idle Helios was on twisters. Otherwise, it's very, very mid. But the Helios, funny enough, is kind of more like an Optimum Idle Pearl, just based on the numbers if you shine it. Joe, scores are still tough to come by. Yeah, scores are very, very low today. Looking at the top scores after 5, we only have 5 of the 15 teams that are above even. We have 5 of the 15 are above even, and we have one team averaging 220. That's Team Cleveland. They had a big 276 game, which helped out a lot. But otherwise, the rest of the teams are only averaging 215 or lower. So, yeah, scores are low. And there's a big drop-off in the middle of the pack. There was a team at minus 12, and then there's a big drop to minus 70. So scores are still very, very low. Branch, what is going on? How are you doing over on TikTok? Planning to get up. Apologies for the shaking of the cam. Just going to try to stabilize that. We're on a table that a lot of people are leaning on, so that sometimes causes some issues. So apologies for that. Jake B planning to get a max throw pearl for a weekend chart ball. There you go. Love that. And what is this? This is a 14-game golfing and bowling tournament. This is the end of the tournament where this is our final squad of bowling competition. So this tournament was 18 holes of best ball golf or scramble golf for all of these guys. Then half the teams came back last night to bowl 14 games of 4-person Baker bowling on a 5-to-1 ratio pattern. And this morning we have our final 15 teams that are bowling right now. So once this squad is done, we are officially over with the tournament. And what they do is they do a points list. So if you take first in golf, you get a certain amount of points. I believe it's 80. If you take second in golf, you get a next set, and so on and so on. And then for bowling, they do the same thing. Combine all your points together, see who the overall winner is. So it's a very interesting, very unique tournament structure overall. But there are some fun quirks that can happen with this. You've got some teams that are very golf-oriented, some teams that are very bowling-oriented. So you need to really be able to crush it with whatever your strength is. So we had a lot of the golf teams yesterday that actually are really struggling on the bowling side today versus the vice versa for some of the hardcore bowling teams today. Some of the teams are here to have fun. Yeah, 14-game Baker. So each person, it gets interesting because some guys are only bowling 2 frames per game. So if you bowl in the first or the second frame, if you start the game, you're bowling 3 frames per game. But if you start in the third or fourth position, you're only bowling 2 frames per game. We're going to jump over here to lanes 11 and 12 for a sec. Yeah, and that's a problem. If you're mediocre at both, you actually end up losing a bit. So you want to be able to crush one side or the other. So that's where the golfing side is tough too. I'd say the golfing side is actually a little tougher to come by because guys, I mean, the high score yesterday was -15, -15 for 18 holes. So the golf scores are tough, and golf is one where the skill gap is a little wider between your really good golfers and your all-right golfers. Bowling, if you can be, a 210 average on house, you can still do all right at this tournament. The shot is easy enough where you can still get some strikes and it's not solely relying on you, but it's tough. It's tough both ways. Hey, Maple Grove, what's going on? Any lacrosse guys there today? Yes. I believe we have a couple. I don't know if Mitch Hansen's still in lacrosse or not, but Mitch is here. Jacob Dunham is here. I think he's still in the lacrosse area. So I just don't know if some of these Wisconsin guys are still in the lacrosse area, if they've moved away a little bit. But, yes, we do have a couple. Joe threw the new Turbo X NU all day yesterday. Worked really well until the last couple of games. Couldn't get it through the fronts. Oh, and Greg was throwing the Spartan Solid. Okay, interesting. Got it. That's what he was throwing. I was wondering what the ball was. So another Spartan slinger. Love that. I am the I'm the leader of the Ebonite Spartan fan club out there. So I'm the sole owner of that fan club. So it's glad to have more Spartan fans out there. Jazzy, I mean, with Scramble, it's better. True. Yeah, that's a hard thing. Like, in Scramble, you can get away with a mediocre team, right? You can get away with someone who's not very good at golf because maybe you can take a drive or two from them if they can hit it far, or you take maybe a couple of putts from them and it gives you another putting chance. But yeah, if you're bad on the bowling side and you are, opening 50% of the time, that really hurts your scores. So yeah, you'd rather have a team of guys who are all good bowlers, and then hopefully a couple of them are really good golfers as well and can just stay consistent. There are a bunch of scratch golfers that are in the field this weekend as well. Not sure which teams. It's a lot harder for me, being on the bowling side, to know who are the good golfers, and I wasn't at the course at all yesterday. So I'm not able to see who are the top-tier golfers and who aren't. Jazzy, there we go. Hashtag Spartan Slingers. When is there going to be a bowl boxing tournament? Not anytime soon. Bowlers are not great boxers. Shockingly. The golfing side of things for bowlers, that's a very common one. A lot of bowlers, they take the summers off and golf. Or golfers take the winters off and bowl. But not many bowlers are really taking up boxing in their free time. Hey, Evan, what is going on over on TikTok? How you doing, man? How you doing? Oh, he switched to the Spartan Warp Pearl at the end as well. I need to find a chance to throw the Spartan Pearl more. I have one. It hasn't looked good on a lot of stuff I've thrown on because it's been a little too early, or it's been I need it for more transition. Jordan Von Ruden with a good spare there on lane number 11. Yeah, we're seeing a big slowdown right now in pace of play. So it's going a lot slower than yesterday. We're at about the 2-hour mark of bowling. 2-hour mark, and we are in game number 8 of 14 only. So we're only halfway done with the tournament. So we'll be here for another couple of hours. Chat, where is this happening? Nick, we are in Owatonna, Minnesota, southern Minnesota, about an hour south of the Twin Cities area. Hour south of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Yeah, I actually have a combat. I should compare Spartan Pearl to combat. That's actually a good idea. I forget I have the combat all the time, and I like it. It's rolled really good for me. I just haven't actually thrown it all that much, unfortunately. Jake Beat, what if when you put polish on the Spartan Solid, you need to put surface on the Pearl? A lot of people have said that. A lot of people want me to try that, so I might be trying that soon. And I'm not a big fan of the Brunswick polish or compound a whole lot, so I think that might be a good idea anyway. And I might as well. Worst case scenario, I put Power Edge on it and we call it a day. Worst case scenario, just pop some Power Edge and you're good to go. Got it, love your stuff. Yeah, thanks for hopping in, Nick. Don Connor, what's up? Only through the Bionic all night last night. Yeah, and that can be a play as well. It was getting a little bit chuggy, though, for a bit. I know a lot of guys have already switched out of their Bionics because it was getting a little bit too early and too smooth down lane. Seems like they're hooking a little more today, but like I mentioned earlier, the lanes did not sit for long at all. And usually you want about 20 minutes for the lanes to sit for them to actually play properly. So with them not sitting much, it seems like guys are in weaker equipment than they were last night. So I think that's why you're seeing scores so low, because a lot of these guys are forced into weaker stuff just because the lanes didn't sit as long as you would like. That's just a guess, of course. But we are noticing lower-end bowling balls than what we saw yesterday at this time, because we're only in Game 8, and we're seeing low-end stuff already. And we're not seeing guys. It looks like the right side, if you get it a little too far right, the ball still is not coming off of it like it was last night. So similar in that way. Don, I play a round of golf 1 to 2 times a season, but they did just open a Top Golf near me. Ooh, yeah, that's about where I'm at. I also take kickboxing classes for fitness. Oh, well, there we have our first kickboxer. Have our first bowling kickboxer. We're going to watch one more shot here on lanes 11 and 12, and then we're going to move over to lanes 9 and 10 quick. See if this Magic Gem can look good. That's got a Brooklyn. It does. Gets the Brooklyn hit. 234 on the board after that one. That's wild. Good 230 out of those guys. We're going to switch over to lanes 9 and 10 quick. This actually isn't an Idle Helios. It might be a Piranha. I saw that the logo is a darker. It's not white. And the Helios logo is all white. So I'll have to get a little closer take on that. That is a 3-9-10, though, in the 10th frame. Those guys are not having a fun time. Looks like they can strike out or spare out for 170. Not swell by any means. I think is what we would call that. Not swell by any means. Thank you, everybody, for joining in today. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys hopping in. We got a couple more hours of bowling ahead of us. Remember, after all of this is said and done, friend of the channel, Mike Flanagan, is over streaming the Missouri Masters. Looks like they have an invitational tournament going on. So that looks like it's going to be going on all day today. So once we're said and done here, of course, don't click on him too quickly. But now make sure to go check him out after we're all said and done here to watch even more bowling. He always does an awesome job over at Inside Bowling, so make sure you go check them out. Expect a little bit more collabs coming soon as well. How is Zach Andreessen's team doing? So after 5, they were in second place at plus 80. After 5, let's see. It looks like they are on lane 6 right now. They just shot I believe that's 217 that game. Yes, 217 for those guys in game 8. So they're still climbing their way up, and that's a team who's just waiting to pop off for a couple of 250s. So they are right now the favorites to win the entire tournament because of how well they did at golf yesterday. So we're going to have to see how this all lines up. If they can take a top 2 or 3 score bowling, they can take off the whole event. But right now, they haven't really gotten the big games. They've gotten a couple of 240s, but otherwise everything else has been in the 180s to 200s. So if they can get a couple more big games. They got to get to 300 over, really, is the main goal. We had one team yet last night get to 300 over. We had one team, I believe, get to 280 over was next. Yeah, 280 over was second. So if they can pass up that plus 279 score, I think they have a good chance of winning the entire event. But that's really what we're waiting on. Bader, what's going on over on TikTok? What do you think about the Hammer Effect Tour as a benchmark? I think it's a fantastic ball. Fantastic benchmark. Yeah, and Motive Nebula will be a good ball down from it as a shiny option. Absolutely. Nick, you have a Sublime, GB5, Ultimate Defender, and a few others. Nice. It's a good combo of bowling balls. I'm going to be just a second. I'm going to be putting on a sweatshirt quick. It's getting chilly in the building. All right, we are back. Just trying to catch some scores from a couple of guys. Let's see. Let's make sure the sound is okay on TikTok. I think we should be fine. Yeah, we are back. We are in game number 9 of 14 right now. Game 9 of 14. We have a brand new grouping of teams coming in. Let me just grab that for you guys. Let's see. We have Team Durant coming in. Jared Durant, Max Wars, Andy Staub, and Kevin Flanagan coming in. They are having a really good start to their game. 69 in the third with a double in the fourth and fifth. I did get an update from Zach Andreessen and Brady Gustafson's team. They are at plus 108 after 8. So they're hanging around. They're slowly making their way up. No big games, but no small games either from those guys. Hey, thanks so much, Bader. Really appreciate it. Nick, I did not see another message come in from you on YouTube. Apologies. I did not see a longer message. I just saw the one where you put the balls in. And that's it. It doesn't look like the other one went through. It might have gotten caught by the filter. So apologies for that. We're gonna try to stick on this stream for this lane for a little bit. Yofo, how you doing? Hammer Fury versus Max Thrill Hybrid. Are you talking about the old Hammer Fury? If that's like the 10-year-old ball, I don't recommend stuff that's 10 years old, and it's probably not. It has a lot of games on it, so I would recommend the Max Thrill just for that reason. Max Roars with a big strike there, getting to a 4-bagger for these guys. They've been doing a good job. They've been keeping up. After 5 games, Team Durant was in third. It looks like scores are getting entered, though, so we do have scores after 7. It looks like scores after 7 are in. We're just waiting on a sort, and then we'll be good to go. But looks like we are good. We have a new leader, actually, after 7. Team Durant is now leading at plus 160. So I thought scores were a little lower, but looks like the guys on top are actually going to be making a big run here, trying to take over the leaders in Team Blaha. So we are watching the current tournament leaders after 7. Team Durant, double spare 4-bagger coming in. So they are over on the left lane. Dryzen, thank you for the gold potato. Appreciate it. Stencil, anybody playing urethane, or is there no urethane? No, nobody's throwing urethane. It would look terrible on this. Urethane does not look good in high-friction lanes. Especially this is 45 feet, 29 mils, and we're in game number 9, so there's some transitions. So all situations where urethane is going to be absolutely horrendous for. And you got to have some high scores, so that's where reactive is needed for that or more entry angle. Dryzen, thanks for the gold boxing gloves and the dolphin as well, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We're going to see if these guys can knock off this big 279 game here. Oh, there you go, Nick. That one came through. No, if all of your stuff is 12 pounds, I mean, it makes sense because that ball has a stronger cover than the rest, so that's why it's going to look better. If the rest of the stuff you mentioned is all 12, but if the rest of the stuff you mentioned is like 14 or so, then it's a different story. With your 12-pound Magic Gem looking a little better. Big shot here. 4-pin. Shoot. Does not get the 279. The big game is still very much on the board right now for those guys. The others are 14 and 15. I mean, you might 12 pounds is always going to be easier to throw because it's so much lighter. So that would be why that looks better for you or feels better for you. So that might just be needing to get yourself more accustomed to the 14 and 15 pound stuff and get the consistency there. You might be using too much muscle with the 14 and 15 pound stuff, which makes you inconsistent versus the 12 pound stuff. 12 pound will of course be easier to throw, and also if your fit is not accurate too. If you guys are sharing equipment, then the fits aren't perfect between people, so the fits might be different, which will account for that as well. It was nice meeting you at Junior Gold. You too, Dryzen. You too, man. Really good meeting you out at Junior Gold. All right, we're gonna see Jared Durant coming in the 9th. They are at potential 258 now is on the board. Looks like he's into a Ion Pro Solid 479 for him. Ouch. 479 for Jared. Not a great leave. We're going to move over just because the camera's shaking a bit. We're going to watch the end of this game, lane 12 for these guys. See if Jordan can get something here. 154 in the 9th for these guys, trying to knock out a 184. And then on TikTok, we're going to see if Jared can spare this. Does not. Does not spare it. Those guys can now only strike out for 234. 279 goes away and 234 is here. And that is a wild 7-pin for Jordan. Really good shot from him, just unfortunately. Yeah, I believe the orange ball is a Piranha right now. It has a darker logo. I believe the Piranha has a darker logo. I thought it was an Idol Helios at first because we did see another one of those in the field, but I think it's an original or a Columbia 300 Piranha. The ball with the shortest lifespan in history. I think it had 40 days on it before it got DC'd because of the Columbia 300 discontinuation. See if Jordan can pick up the spare. What is this event? This is the a golfing and bowling event that is going on in Owatonna, Minnesota. Alan Briley's Golf and Bowl. This is an annual event where 4-person teams golf 18 holes of scramble golf, and then afterwards they bowl 14 games of Baker bowling on a 5-to-1 ratio pattern. So the golfing is over. We have our results for that. We will combine those results with the bowling once this squad is said and done. This is about half the teams right now. So we have 15 teams on this squad. We had 14 on the squads for last night. So 29 teams in total competing at this awesome event. So a lot of bowling, a lot of golfing, and it's a beautiful weekend here in Minnesota. So the golfing was fantastic, went really well. Now we're inside for a couple more hours for some bowling. Jordan Von Roon coming up, getting to 171, and then we have lane number 10 coming up, chopping in the 10th, but Matt Flown does help them get to 180 overall. So like I said, it's a very feast or famine event right now. Very feast or famine. You're not seeing high games, but you're really not seeing... You're either seeing a lot of guys with a lot of high games, or you're seeing guys with a lot of low games, and everyone's in the 180s, or they're in the 230s. We are seeing Zach Andreessen's team, who are the right now tournament favorites after how they golfed yesterday, coming in doing pretty well. They are at 192 in the 8th, spare in the 9th. Looks like they can get to 242. Zach is in his trusty Brunswick Vaporize, probably one of the best balls Brunswick has come out with in the last couple of years. So we're seeing if he's able to finish this all off. Yes, and I can confirm this orange ball. Oh, this orange ball is not. I think it's a Flux, actually. It looks ASIM. Sorry, I'm trying to see what this bright orange ball actually is. But we are getting moving time for everybody, so we're going to have a little bit of a delay until everybody gets ready to go for game number 10. 10 of 14. A lot more bowling left. 5 more games remaining. 5 more games remaining. We did have scores after 7, like I said. Going back to those, just checking how many teams were above even. We're down to 4 teams are above even right now. Only 4 teams are above that plus-minus number. For anyone new to the bowling world, when I mention that and you see that on either PBA events or tournaments, what it means is it's your average compared to 200. So if I shoot 205, I am plus 5. If I shoot 190, I'm minus 10. And then that continues. So after 2 games, if you shoot 205, 205, you are at 410 for your series. You're plus 10 because you're 10 pins above a 200 average. So only 4 of these teams out of the 15 are actually averaging above a 200 right now. Very, very, very low scores. We're going to jump over to camera 1 for a minute. We're going to see our current leaders, Jared Durant's team. He leaves a bucket on frame number 1. But we do have a new team coming in. It looks like a lot of Wisconsin guys. Oh, that ball skated. Wow. 6 for him. 1, 2, 4, 8. I'm going to see what team that is. Jacob Dunham, Scott Dunham, Matthew Dunham, and Matt Hansen are coming in on lane number 9. The Wisconsinites are here. Chill, what is going on? In D3, what's up? Question, you have a Zen 25 of Vengeance and an Ebonite the 1 and an Ebonite Black Ice. I don't know what that Black Ice is. Ebonite the 1 is going to be stronger, Zen 25 stronger, Vengeance is stronger, and a Rocket AI. So I'm glad you have something a little bit weaker in there. I think it looks pretty good. You have a lot of strong stuff, so I would stay away from any stronger equipment. If you need more weaker stuff, that could be the play as well for your next one. Big strike there on the on lane number 10. So spare strike, and Jared did end up sparing his bucket, which was big. Go Dunham boys. There we go. Maple Grove coming in as a fan club. Love that. We'll see how they can do. Jacob coming in. Looks like he's going to be their anchor bowler, bowling the 2nd, the 6th, and the 10th frame. Seeing what Jacob can do. I can't tell what ball he has from here. Let me see when it's going down the lane. Maybe we can get a little better view. Looks like it might be an Ion Max Per. No. What is that thing? Holy cow. That is a unique color. Wow. Very unique coloring of that ball. Can't really see what that is. But, Nick, if you'd like a Magic Gem in 14 or 15, what's a good newish ball that you could get? Magic Gem will be almost impossible to find nowadays. So, honestly, you would probably like an Alpha Crux. It's going to be close to it. Otherwise, if you want a little weaker, original Transformer could work. Jacob gets his spare. I might go make a run to see what that ball is, because that looked very, very interesting. No, David, don't worry. It's only 15 games of Baker bowling, so you only bowl 2 to 3 times a game. So you have a team of 4 people who are all only having 1 score. So the whole team gets 1 score at a time. That's a big, big 4 on the right lane for our current leaders. Steven, you like swag? I am over 3 on the swag balls I've had. I've not been a big fan personally. But those balls are going to be better for those higher rev dominant guys. So if you have that higher rev rate or if you have that lower ball speed, that's where the swag stuff's going to be better because it is both the weakest equipment on the market but also the smoothest equipment on the market. So if that's what you're looking for, that can be a good play. Otherwise, if you are more on the balance or speed dominant side, I would recommend against it. What tournament is it? This is the Owatonna Golf and Bowl event. So 18 holes of golf were played yesterday of Scramble Golf. 14 games of Baker bowling are going on right now. So this is squad number 2 of 14-game Baker. We have our tournament leaders right now coming in on the right side. I should mention Baker bowling as well. So when I mention Baker bowling, what it means is that you are you have a team of people who are competing with 1 score. So you're all bowling 1 score only. So for this event, for example, you have 4-person Bakers. So whoever bowls the first frame bowls the first frame, the 5th frame, and the 9th frame. Whoever bowls the second frame bowls 2nd, 6th, and 10th. Whoever bowls the 3rd frame bowls 3rd and 7th. Whoever bowls the 4th frame bowls 4th and 8th frame. And then you are all bowling 1 game. So that is why they're able to get 14 games in so quickly. We're in game number 10 now, and we've only been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And am I bowling? I am not bowling. I am just live streaming this event. I have never actually bowled or golfed this event. I was on a team a couple of years ago, got booted for a guy named Mitch Hoope, but have not been asked on a team, and I am not one who will really go out of my way to try to build a team for this event. Not really my favorite thing to do. So I am a mere live streamer this weekend. I'm gonna watch what everybody else is doing. Sorry, D3. None of that means a whole lot. For Trimax cover doesn't mean anything. That's more of a marketing slang. And a Stinger low flare ellipse core. I also don't know what that means. I'm just going to Google it quick. Got to make sure people ain't bumping my table. Yeah, but because that ball is so old, it looks like, I mean, yeah, it's a 253 RG. It's old enough where it doesn't even showcase the differential online. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I cannot find when this ball was released. Ooh. Ballreviews.com might be dead. That's odd. Trying to find a year, but oh, okay, it's super low RG or diff, super high RG. A lot of the older balls don't look very good with how much oil we put on the lanes anymore. Will, what is going on? ZVL Golf next. I mean, we might as well. We got the video game channel now, ZVL Gaming. We've got a review channel, which I got to get back on, ZVL Reviews. So might as well. Let's get into the golf realm as well. Let's take it all over. The one thing I noticed, like on the way back, I was at a trade show this last week, and in Kansas City for Classic products. And on the way back, it's about a 5-hour drive. My wife and I were looking up various other sports and how they do social media and how many people they have, what does their content look like, things like that. And the thing I noticed is that pickleball has like nobody. They have a strong lack of YouTubers, which is weird. So who knows? ZVL pickleball coming soon. Never know what's going to happen. Yeah, it has 253 RG 038 diff, but the cover of it is so old, D3, that it's just going to hook a lot less than anything else on the market right now. Something to be aware of. There is not a... everything is not frozen. Jared Duran is just not moving at all right now. There he goes. That looked frozen for a second because Jared was just staring forward and very blankly.
Figure I'd jump back on.
Perfect.
Got a little time. Get money's organized.
Beautiful.
Getting things squared up. Little time to relax. Kind of get your head on straight again, or my head on straight. And I haven't had to do that much. But
yeah.
You still got to, as director, you just got to make sure everything's balancing out and everything's looking good. Getting the side pots organized. 'Cause with a wide variety of side pots, I always take some extra attention, you know. But,
Absolutely.
no, we're in a good spot. Looks like our Team Durant's kind of putting up the bowling number today so far.
They are, yeah. They were the leaders after 7. They had a chance at 279 for the last game, but they 4-9'd and then left a couple of spares to get down to 224 or so. But this game, they're already at 179 in the 8th. If Jared can spare this, they can still get to the 220s.
What we got? Team Cleveland's kind of hanging in right there too.
Yeah. I got a note. Team Andreessen after 8 was at 100 over. And this game, it looks like they've got a couple more strikes. They have 240 out there. If looks like Zach's their anchor. So if he can get a double here, they get to 240. So that's pretty big.
No, yeah, I had to go bug them or visit with them a little bit. They've played a lot of my events through the years, so I always appreciate those guys. They're in the field, and they're college standouts too, so it always makes it a little bit more fun, you know.
Yep.
Growing up and running events and being part of the youth program in Rochester, kind of developing that, I was fortunate enough to have Dawson Peterson in my youth program, and a byproduct was I got to make friends with some of his friends, or they come support my events, and I know like Lucas and Zach and Brady pretty well, and they're great kids. obviously great bowlers, you know.
Absolutely. Fantastic. I mean, those are two of the top 5 bowlers in the college bowlers in the nation are on that team.
And we got
Zach is
national
currently number 1.
championship. You got a collegiate player of the year 2 years ago.
Yep. Lucas, I believe, is top. I think he's number 5 right now in the college rankings for points.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, he's making a run.
Yeah, we all went golfing actually a couple weeks ago before this. It was like one of those days. It was like 95 degrees, and we kind of we put lunch on the line. It was me and Dawson against those two, and me and Dawson, we had about a 4-stroke lead on them before I about had a heat stroke. And they were nice enough to just call it square, so we didn't have to buy them lunch, but
that's nice.
We had a
of
good
them.
time and had lunch afterwards anyways.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Love that.
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to get them on the live stream in the next game, in game number 11. So we're in game number 10 right now of 14, so we're flying. It's slower than yesterday. So these guys they're taking their time a little more than last night. They were flying yesterday.
You know, the feeling in the building from Saturday to Sunday is quite different.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Saturday's a party, right?
Yeah. Well, last night was kind of dead. It was a little negative, a little bit sad for some of the guys.
I felt like it got kind of a little bit too.
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, I couldn't really explain it, but sometimes, you know, a tournament like this where sometimes you just kind of, new people are playing with each other, team chemistry can get off a little bit sometimes, you know.
Yep.
And between, it's a long day, you know. And there's such a wide variety of different kinds of teams here too, so you just never know what you're going to get sometimes, you know. But
absolutely.
Yeah, we're just definitely a little more mellow today, and it seems like teams are a little happier, and, you know, yeah, it seems like it's going pretty well.
Am I seeing a 9-spare 3 from Jared Durant's team in the 10th?
That is what I am seeing, a 9-spare 3.
That's awesome. 211 for those guys. Nice. That's a fun score. Let's see. What do we got going on chat side? A couple big questions for balls. We'll get to the ball questions in just a second.
I'm going to step right away just for a sec.
Okay. All right, we'll hit those quick. Andrew, if I sanded the blue and purple Fury to the same surface as the emerald, would the pigment make enough of a difference? No, they're going to be identical. There will be very little difference between the two. Pickleball is tennis for old guys. Fair. That is actually where I saw the most pickleball courts in my life, was down at my wife's grandma's retirement area down in Arizona. They had, I believe, 36 pickleball courts was the number. It was insane. Don, does it sound like a house or sports shot? If you throw outside a 5, the ball never comes in, and inside a 7 hooks. That sounds like a sports shot to me. Joe, Al just ran away quick, so I'll let him know that you say thank you, though. I'll let him know quick. What layout do you use for my phase 2? I just go very basic. I think I have 5 by 35 on mine. So that's my middle-of-the-road versatile layout for most stuff. So I don't like to go too strong in phase 2 because it's already a little bit early. Reese, I'm a 2-handed bowler, but I want to start bowling one-handed. Is there a basic drill I could use? Honestly, foul line drills and even just throwing into a couch cushion or a mattress are really good. Just to be able to feel how your hand should come out of a bowling ball is really big. Myru, good 2LS layout for a short pattern. You just got the raw. I would avoid a raw for a short pattern. The low entry-level stuff is actually really bad on short patterns. It's a big misconception in bowling that the ball companies push a little too hard. Weak entry-level stuff is terrible for sport shots. What you want are smoother, bigger, slower bowling balls. You want to be throwing things like, phase 2, things like an Alpha Crux, things like a Spawn if it's dull, things like a Black Widow. Like, you want the slower stuff on short shot. You don't actually want the Raws or the Furies or the Typhoons. They're going to be too sharp. All right, we are getting into game number 11 right now. Game number 11 of 14. We are jumping in. Our brand new team on the block is Team Gusto, which is Zach Andreessen, Brady Gustafson, Evan White, and Lucas Herzrud coming in. They are trying to make a run at this first place spot. Team Durant is trying to kick them away. back to the curb. So we'll see how these last couple of games go. We are going to get Team Andreessen on the stream for the last 4 games, which is going to be great.
Yeah, we got some good teams on the stream finishing up.
We are going to be losing Team Durant in a couple of games, so we won't be able to see their last 2, but they are going to stay on this side of the building, which is going to make it a little easier. So we're seeing a little bit of a pause on the TikTok side. Apologies for that right now. In a little bit of a delay from all of our Wisconsin guys, just being Wisconsin guys and just delaying the whole thing. Tough. Nah. They're all texting. There must be some Packer news that came out or something. We know it's not Brewers news if it's good news. Who knows? Maybe the Brewers also just got rid of their star player to the Dodgers for $20 and a high five, just like the Tigers just did. Will the Black Widow be enough for a short pattern? Yes, I think that's a pretty good short pattern. That can be a good short pattern ball. Remember, short patterns you want to play a little straighter on, and the shiny is generally bad on that. Evan White coming in over here on the left lane, coming in with a big strike.
I think I saw you at Colonial that day, and I said Alice.
Otherwise, we are now getting the Wisconsin guys to start throwing. Looks like not a fun 4-6-10 coming in from those guys.
I haven't really looked at those standings at all.
What's that?
I haven't really looked at those standings at all this week. I've been so busy with
Is he PBA event?
Yeah, but he did make the advancers round, so I know it's well. I don't know how it's going to go.
Okay. Where's that at?
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Yep.
He did good for the world. He brought home 2 bronzes, right?
Yeah.
Doubles and team bronze.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Good job.
How's it going?
It's going, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Had a couple rough games in there, but
That's all right.
I was like 170, I think. Not terrible. It was a little bit easier shot than last year.
Yeah.
All right, coming in here, Brady ends up leaving a 10-pin over there on the left lane. They're at strike spare pace right now.
Stream here.
I had to actually go to Purple.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting that.
That's what I did yesterday. I do that, yeah.
Looks like our camera got a little bit moved. Apologies for that, guys. Somebody bumped it. There we go. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, TikTok. Still not good, though. All right, we're going to move that a little bit so we can see lanes 11 and 12. I was noticing we're just a little too low for lanes 9 and 10 on that one, but you guys now have a different view onto lanes, our guys on 11 and 12. We're going to try that out for a little bit. Let me know if you like the new angle or not.
You're playing with all sorts of angles, it looks like.
We've
for this
got
one.
everything and anything going on right now. 3 different cameras going. We've got lanes 9 and 10, 11 and 12. We've got trying to use 4 different types of tables, but I think we got it pretty well locked in right now. So we're going to see what Team Durant can do. We'll follow them a little bit, and then we'll see what other teams are coming up soon. Team Durant, though, strike spare, double, and 9 spare, trying to make a run for this at least number 2 spot in the bowling side.
Yeah, Jared and Max, a couple more Mount Mercy guys. Our guys
Yep.
graduated from Mount Mercy. Minnesota-born guys. Back when I was traveling with Tyler Roden's a little bit, he's their age basically. Well, they got to be just out of college, 23, 24. They were all the same age too, so I got to get to know them a little bit too. I really like Max's old man. I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head.
Max Roars?
Yeah, Nick. I
Oh,
really
yeah,
like
Nick,
Nick. He is working up at Alexandria right now with kind of like Nevin Brady and that crew.
Yep.
And then obviously Mac's sister Hannah Roars has a national title. So if they're watching, I figure I'd say hi.
Yep. Absolutely. Great family. Yeah, Nick actually goes to nationals with our squad.
Oh, yeah.
So we see him quite a bit. Yeah, Reese, that was 5x30. So the first number doesn't matter for a dual angle, for a symmetrical ball, so you can go 40 by 5x30 or 50 by 5x30, doesn't matter. But looking around, Andreessen's team is not striking. They are clean, but they haven't gotten a double through 7 frames.
Okay.
So they are trying to crawl back, but I don't know. This is getting interesting. But then the Durant team
Game 9?
This is game 11 right
Game
now.
11,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this is game 11 of 14, so they're running out of time.
Looks like we got through 7 here, right? So we'll have, I just saw Harrison going through and get scores. So
Yep.
probably get this update here now, and then we'll see everything after 14.
Absolutely.
So this is the year. So last year we bowled 12 games. So this year it's 14 games. So they had 2 games. Also, we play 18 golf holes.
Yep.
I didn't want to quite do 18 bowling games. It
a
makes
lot.
sense to do 18, but it's just a long day, and especially having a shift of bowling the night of the tournament.
Yeah.
14's not too bad. I think 14 is probably about the right number.
Yeah.
I probably would have been on with 12 last night, but that's just, after,
Yeah. I'd say for the morning squad, it's great because, like, we're going to be done by, it's noon right now. We'll be done by 1 o'clock.
Yeah, basically
probably.
1 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, so the rest of the day is still available for everybody,
Yeah,
so it's not
that's-
getting too late.
That's one thing I like about it is the bowling's pretty quick. That's kind of the goal. Is, the golf does take longer. We got we play with 2 teams on each hole for the transparency and the honesty of the tournament, right?
Yep.
It's hard, it's not that, we're bowlers, you want to trust everybody, but it's always that sense of comfort.
Yep.
Knowing everyone's being accounted for,
Absolutely.
Bowling's not a big deal, right? Bowling, everybody's next to each other. It's all out in the public,
Yep. Yeah.
Nobody's walking up and making a score change.
Yeah. It's a little
false
harder
one,
to do that, yeah.
So yeah, the bowling bowling goes a little faster. I like that. Like I said, you got your Sunday day available, or you can just get it all done in one day and have your whole Sunday, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of people. They came here, they hotel, they went to the street dance, or they hung out in town. I went to a couple places after I got done and ran into some bowlers. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, it's kind of cool that they spend the weekend down here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We got people from a little bit everywhere too,
Oh,
we
yeah.
got Iowa people, Wisconsin lacrosse people, we got Sioux Falls people.
Yep.
We had people from Alexandria to North Minnesota, so a little bit everywhere people come from.
Yeah, it's a good reach for being a upper Midwest tournament. Absolutely.
PBA, PWBA event wasn't going on. We probably would have caught a few of those because, like I said, we did have some pros in the field last year.
Yep.
And how dare they skip this event to bowl
I know,
a
to try to win a
UC,
title?
which
Ew.
is a fundraiser tournament. I'm just kidding. That's obviously, I think that's one of the tournaments the pros look most forward to all year.
It is. Yeah, it's a fun
And
tournament.
they get tons of entries and lots of talent, and it goes for a good cause, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But I'm hoping next year they're not on the same weekend.
Took care of it. Beautiful. Yeah, no, it's the losing's always a cool one. It's going on right now. Like, you win a title out of it. It's the only one of the few doubles tournaments you can win a title of. Money's pretty decent. It's for a good cause.
Yep.
A lot of big positives going on with it.
Yep. Yeah, it was the pros idea, but I remember they had the after interviews because the FEF was here last year. They had the after interviews, and Mitch Hoopy was like, I just don't understand why they don't do 18 games with 18 holes of golf. And no, I understand that principle, but he's a professional bowler.
Yep.
They only had like 5 of them here last year.
Yep.
And I like to keep the flow going,
Yep.
That puts an extra hour on the tournament.
It does, and it's a golf and bowling tournament.
Yep.
So.
And 14 games is a good enough sample size to really,
It is. You're not seeing a lot of crazy changes with 4 extra games.
Yeah.
Like, especially in this building, too, I think it's good because things transition pretty quickly. So then you're not getting to super burn situations.
Yes, correct.
So
And
you're avoiding
our
a lot
lane
of that, which
surface,
is
you know
nice.
how that goes,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Hey, I was getting pretty far left, but I still had pretty good shape. But in 4 more games, there's a lot of things that can happen.
Absolutely. A lot of things can happen.
Can you imagine if we made the people last night bowl 4 more games?
Oh, they would hate it. That's a long day. 9 a.m. to, they would have been here an extra hour.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah, and there's a lot, and to be able to get this tournament in, that's how it has to be.
Yep.
You could probably fit both squads in on a Sunday, but it's going to get late there, especially with the re-oil,
Yeah.
and it just, there's a lot of people that would be in this
It's one of
building.
those things
then.
I thought about. You know, I think if we were to do it, it'd almost be like the golf will be on Sunday. Yep.
As you can see, your odds would be really good. I have a few strips left up here. If you guys would like to be part of the ball raffle, come on up. $20 for 5 tickets.
Don, 4 more, we would have snuck in. No, you wouldn't have. We all know that. Your Bionic would have started leaving 10 pins in no time.
All right.
No, before that would have been a long day. I mean, 12 straight hours for these guys that gets a little bit rough. So, rather have it a little bit lighter in that regard. We're going to see if Zach Andreessen can spare this. Misses the 10 pin, and they go 174, I believe. 174 for Team Andreessen.
Okay.
Missed 10 pin from Zach. So Team Durant gained
Well,
40
they got a
more
big
pins on them.
Game stretch coming up then.
Yeah. Team Durant trying to run away and hide, staying in the 2 teens for their low games. Redneck, what is going on? Don, but I stink at golf. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's 50% golf, 50% bowl. It can't be 80% bowl, 20% golf. That's not fair.
All right, so Team Durant, yesterday finished -9, so they ended up with 38.5 points.
So even if they win at 80,
Yeah,
it's
they
gonna be it.
they
I
have
don't
to
think it's
like
already
win,
possible.
and then there'd have to be
Because
a
Team
little.
Blaha, I believe, is already ahead of them. Because where did Blaha end up again in the? Oh, they went -6. Just kidding. They did not.
I'm just gonna take a look here quick. So yeah,
I'm going to switch over quick to lanes 11 and 12 because they've got a little bit of bowling that they're doing. 9 and 10 if possible.
yeah. So what they had 31.43. So what's that?
They went 300 over.
Yeah.
343 over. Yep.
43 overs. They end up with an average of 224.5
Yep.
over 14 games. Currently, right now, Durant. Now this is after 7. Our
Yep.
update's coming in right now, so you should have it here in just
Yep.
another few moments.
Yep.
And we'll really get a good feel on what the last stretch is going to look like.
Yes.
Yeah, 170, probably not the time they want to bowl that, but they got
No.
a 3-game stretch, and
Yeah.
with a single pin miss at the 10th frame.
Yeah, that's a tough piece. They might need 750 here for the last 3 to be able to make a run.
Now, with that said,
It's
if
doable.
there's any team that could do it here,
I would put my money on them.
I'd put my money on
Yep.
them.
Hey, Jay Bird, what's going on in chat? Hope you're having a good day. Redneck Bowler, what's going on over on YouTube?
Let's see.
We're just doing a little bit of moving right now, getting ready for
Yeah,
game
team-
number 12.
We got Team Nava coming in tonight.
All right.
9.
Perfect.
They didn't golf as good as previous years.
No, Team Nava's always been a really big one in the
Yeah,
golfing portion.
Yeah, they
so.
kind of told me that too. Just putts, putts, putts. You probably hear that a lot.
Yep. We're going to jump over here to lanes 11 and 12 is where we're kicking things off with Jacob Dunham. Still throwing a ball. I cannot figure out what it is. It is the weirdest color of a bowling ball I've ever seen. I might have to go up there and check again. Might be an archetype. Oh, it's an archetype hybrid. So he's able to throw a big ball because of his lower rev rate, but he's kind of fading the pocket a bit. Looks pretty all right. But we are getting... Oh, they're just finishing their game. They're only going 159. So Team Dunham, I want to check what they were after 7. They were in... they were minus 40 after 7. We're getting scores added in right now as we speak.
Yep.
So we will see where everybody's at. Just based on the first look of it, Team Gusto actually caught up to Team Durant. They were only
They had a
20
big
back.
stretch there. They went
But-
220, 240, 240.
Yeah, but Team Durant just gained 40 on them last game because of the 170 versus 215.
Yep.
So that's a big flip.
Have we got any surprise teams in the mix?
Team Cleveland,
Team Cleveland's still kind of
they're inching their way up, 2150.
didn't throw any games to really kill them, but you know.
Yep. So Team Durant to take over that lead spot. They went 215, I believe, last game. So they're plus 233. They need 110 over. They need to shoot a 7-10 series for the last 3 to
Okay.
take over to tie for the lead for Blaha. They're the only ones that come close to trying to catch the Blahas. So that's a little bit surprising.
Yeah, it is.
I thought they were going to make a good run at it, but yeah, they've gone kind of low 220s for the last 4 games, 210 to 220, which isn't enough right now.
You know, there's like lots of 220s, 230s, but we're not seeing too many big games right now.
No, the 270s are kind of gone. We had a couple of those early. Like Team Durant had a 270 in there. Team Newman had a 270 or 260.
Yeah.
Who else did? A couple other guys had 260 to 270, but yeah, it's not a whole lot right now.
It is with this house, man. Yeah, the transition just happens fast, right?
Yes, very.
So it's easy to feel like you're dialed in, and then all of a sudden one goes through the face.
Yep, absolutely.
And now that happens a little bit everywhere. I just think it happens here more, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they break down a little bit quicker. Pair to pair can be a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
So that gets a little worse.
And let alone that doesn't even factor if you just throw it a smidge soft, right? That's
Yes.
my battle. That was my
Yep.
battle. Like yesterday, when I got a little bit soft, man, I was just toast.
Yeah. Yep.
You know.
I'm going to try to change the TikTok camera for a second. All right, we're going to go back to lane number 10 here for a bit on TikTok to be able to watch. I'm going to zoom in so I don't get the TV on it.
I'm not sure if he's on watch today, but I want to send a shout out to my roommate Brad. He's played in this event the last 3 years. Now he wasn't going to make it this year, but he recently just broke his foot. They call it a Lisfranc injury. It's not something very friendly. But he's not going to be able to bowl for like 6 months to a year.
Really?
Yeah, my
Wow.
roommate Brad.
Wow. You said he broke his foot?
Yeah, he broke his foot. So I'm not sure if he watched today, but I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Yeah.
It's pretty sucks. It just sucks. Nobody wants to have that happen, obviously, but like 6 months to a year. They call it a
That's
Lisfranc
huge.
injury is what they call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, okay.
I don't know
Ouch.
that much about it, but he kind of explained it to me. But so he's had so I'm running another golf bowl in 2 weeks. It's still smaller, low key. It's in Rochester. When I initially developed this event, I started in Rochester because I live in Rochester. My roots are in that area. We started when I started this event. I started it. This is my 8th year. I started with 5 teams, right? 5 teams. Now we're at 30 teams yearly. We do 2 shifts of bowling. But I started it there. He was one of the guys that kind of helped me put the idea in my head and kind of helped me develop the event. And yeah, he was going to play in next week. So he just wasn't really going to be able to do both of them,
Yeah.
And last year he was on Dawson's team and Mooney's team.
Yep.
And so yeah, we're thinking, we're going to heal up. I'll have to take my turn to mow the lawn a few times.
Unfortunate. That's never fun.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got going on.
Yeah,
This is-
Brady's coming up. They got strike spare. Looks like you got the 10 out,
There's
double,
double.
big double. But we have Team Nava coming in with a
I
4-bagger.
got a 4-bagger out of the gate.
Yeah. Jake
they're
Green,
good
Eric
players.
Shaw. Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
good
Great
players.
bowler.
So Dylan Hansen, he works at Cedarville Lane, so he just got done with Junior Gold, right?
Yep.
So we got to see him a lot there, so he's one of the key staff members at Cedarville Lane. So he said it was such a fun experience.
Yeah.
Lots of rave, like we were talking about Brent earlier, lots of rave reviews about that place. So
Yep.
he's one of their key staff members there. So, and then we got Jake Green and Eric Schatz coming up right now. Another really good player. And then Captain Steven Nava.
We're talking about that Lucas Hersrud, Brooklyn, to keep a 3-bagger going. That's college's finest there. That's what they teach you in college. Take your hits. Can't hit the right side, hit the left side. Steve Bone, where are the lefties today? Do we have a lefty in the field for this squad? Last night we had 2.
We gotta have one, right?
I don't know if we even have one.
Uh,
I'm not seeing any.
Not off the top of my head.
We might have only had 2 lefty bowlers out of 30 teams. 120 bowlers came into this building and only 2 lefties. That's weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird. It's all because Steve Bone couldn't make it. Does Zach carry that? He did. 4-bagger.
Shaker right there. Okay.
We're going to stay on this pair for a little bit longer because we got
They're getting hot.
a front 6 alert and a 4-bagger. Dylan gets the carry as well, front seven.
Yeah, we got all sorts of excitement on that pair.
Jay Bird, do y'all have to do a few rounds of golf, then bowl a high series to win the tournament? No, it is 18 holes of golf, and it's scrambled golf, so best ball format, and then it's 14 games of Baker bowling. And what happens is wherever you place compared to the field is how many points you get. So if you are the first place team in golf, because you had all teams golfing yesterday, you get 80 points. And then what is it, second is 78 and so on?
Yeah, it's like 74. No, it's like 80, 74, 66, and then it kind of tightens up, but it keeps going down.
Yep. So you get max points for being the leader. You don't have to get a certain score. You just have to beat everybody else.
So yeah, both formats are basically set beat the board, right? So kind of there's no like match play in this because it just doesn't make sense when golf's like that. So yeah, it's 14 games, beat the board. So the winning golf team takes 80 points also.
Yep.
Now, one of the flukier, I don't want to say fluky, but one of the things with this event, as we were talking about earlier, is there's just a large amount of talent on both sides. We got talent on the bowling side, collegiate standouts. We also got teams in the field that are like collegiate golfers, right? Or they college coaches. They're
Scratch golfers.
handicaps.
Yeah.
That are show up with house balls.
Yep.
You know, so there's a lot of movement in the standings day to day. The top three teams that finish in golf aren't known for their bowling by any means, you know.
Front eight gone. Ninth frame, 7-pin for Jake Green.
Oh, man.
Unfortunate. We still don't have a 300 this weekend. Sad. We got close.
Yeah, we've been a couple strings, yeah. Now we pay the top three bowling scores the tournament, just the top between the squads. It's not a side pot, it's just an extra perk, right? It's like we do the closest to pin. We do a longest drive. Those just both pay $200 a piece. So I do kind of the same thing on the bowling side. It's just included in the prize fund, and so everybody's eligible. And it's separate from paying the top 7 spots. But if you have the highest game of the tournament in the field, it's just $200.
Okay.
Second's 100 and third's 50. So it's just a bonus.
Okay.
Yep.
Who ended up winning longest drive? And do you know the distance?
Not off the top of my head, but we have this great app for golf. We call it Golf Genius.
Okay.
And it kind of...
Golf Genius.
Yep, the golf course, the Faribault Country Club does an amazing job, and they help us coordinate this all together. And they basically kind of do this all for us.
Okay.
To, help us organized. It doesn't have the distance on here.
Okay.
I just know Carter Stumney was a friend with Briley's. They kind of came in last minute as an addition on a team. He hit the longest drive. So
Nice.
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head how long it
Okay.
was.
Yeah, no problem.
But if I could find Briley, maybe you could tell me.
True, yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Jack, bowling and golf. I missed it. Did he strike on that one?
Pin trip or something like that. I didn't quite see it, but
Ah,
I saw it
yeah.
kind of fall last
I
second.
see a lot of pins on the deck yet. Looks like they're going to go 280. Or no, they 9-spared to the 9. 259. I said they need to get to 750.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that goes. Because we did, like I said, we do have the scores. The Team Gusto was at plus 197. They did shoot 176. That brought them down to 173 over. So they needed 170 pins for the last 3 to be able to take first.
The funny thing with Zach is he hasn't been golfing that long. And he's a pretty good golfer. He doesn't golf leagues, so I couldn't tell you what his exact handicap is. But when this, just left a 4 pin. When these kids get together, they just play well under pressure.
Yep.
They just make shots, they make putts. Now Evan, he's the golfer on the team. Like I said, he's on the St. Ambrose varsity golf team.
Okay.
Now he's also won the national championship with them on the bowling side too, with Lucas. So him and Lucas are teammates at St. Ambrose.
Oh man, that's a cheat code of a player to get. Dang. Huh.
So these, I didn't get to see him swing a golf club, but they say he's like a -1 or 2. So
they did well overall. So
for a team that hasn't been golfing as relatively as long as some of the others, besides, they got good quick, and they put their reps in, dude. These guys have been golfing all summer to prepare for these events.
Yeah, all they do is golf, bowl, and gamble.
Yeah,
that is the only 3 things that group of people is doing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just waiting for my casino invitation.
Oh, absolutely. Sounds like they're going to Treasure Island after this.
Oh, are they? Oh, I haven't gotten that out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I better not.
They're going to be bringing any winnings that they got straight there. If you want to take these guys' winnings. But
maybe
we did
they give me a tournament director bonus. No, I'm just kidding.
So we saw a 248 there from Andreessen's team and a 269 from Nava's team. Looking at the Nava team.
Oh, yeah, we do got 10 up, right?
We do. Nava's team was actually minus 68 or 62 after 10. I don't know what they did in game 11. Game 12, though, 269, so they're probably getting closer to even. But right now, after 10 games, 4 teams are above even. So 4 teams are averaging 200 or higher. So very, very low amount of teams actually being able to keep it up. We're going to watch this team. They're the only ones still bowling on our main 4 right now.
Yeah, they're just neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
Now, what did Durant just bowl?
They just shot, I believe, an even 200.
Even 200.
Yeah, so
they pretty much are right next to each other now, right?
they are almost even, yeah.
Yeah,
I
even
think,
if anything,
I think Andreessen's team is like 10 behind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be neck and neck between those two, but really they got to catch the Blaha and who was the number 2? The Blaha and the Ethan team. So the Ethan team is the one you got to leapfrog, plus 279.
Okay, yeah.
That is the number 2. Like, I don't think anyone's catching Blaha. They need a couple 260s.
Yep.
But to get number 2, 279 is manageable.
Jesus.
Now, Team Durant is probably about 40 pins back. They need They need plus 40 for these last 2 games to make it, or Team Andreessen. Either or. They need to average 220 for these last 2 just to be able to take the potential 2 seed.
So then one of the side pots we do is have, the prize fund is based off both sports, but we do have a bet you in golf and a bet you in bowling.
Yep.
So that breaks them down separately for the teams that want to get in those pots. We do have just a little over $1,300 in the bet you in bowling.
Okay.
Yep, so it's a good chunk of change.
That is.
It's split 4 ways, but still,
Yeah.
They pay $120 a piece to get in there, so it's 30 a guy, and to walk out with that, that's pretty
huge.
sweet. It's a winner take all pot.
Yep. Yeah, that's a huge amount of money that you can get out of it.
The other one we got going on right now is what we call the super high game pot. So there's 2 of them because we have high game pots, right? But my high game pots are based off games. Like I do 4 of them. Games 1 through 3 is 1 pot, so it's like 4 series, right?
Yep.
And each one of those is a pot. Well, then we finish with our super high game pots, and they're both worth about $700, and they're shifts combined. And whichever team that's in that pot has the high game, just game 13, it's gonna be like $700.
Oh,
and then game
okay.
14, same thing.
Okay.
It's its own separate 1 game pot.
Okay.
It's additional to get into it.
Yeah.
So there's right now, this is crunch time, man. There's money right on the line, and
It looks like right now Team Connor is in the lead with only a 230
Yep.
for that 13.
yep.
And game 14, it looks like Team Blaha is in the lead at 238.
Yep.
So teams don't need a very high game
No,
to take that super
they
high
don't.
game. Interesting.
That my theory is, man, it's $80 to get into it, so it's only $20 a person. You get both of them, right?
Yep.
And it gives you something to bowl for at the end of the day. If you're bowling like garbage all day,
Yeah.
if you can take home $800 extra over 1 game of bowling, why not spend the extra $20?
Absolutely. Yeah.
For $20 a guy.
Yep. Yeah, might as well. No, that'll be huge. This will be a fun one then. Something good to keep in mind. We have a couple of teams, unfortunately none on our main pair that are actually bowling yet. We are going to jump over here. We've got Team Andreessen really holding the pack behind again. I think we should give a delay of game for this one.
It's such a fast pace. It's like this with any tournament, but if you get that just a few minute pin set up or somebody has to go take a poop or wherever you got to do, it's enough to send it back 5 frames.
Absolutely.
But the good thing with that said, though, is it does cut you up fast.
Yes, for sure.
But lane's been running pretty good, pin setups here and there. But
it's been great, yeah. Yeah, it's been good so far.
Rylan been crushing it, and Terry Haas kind of been behind the desk, helping us out here. We got, I am the games manager at Spare Time Entertainment, so that's where we're at, and kitchen's been on point, the bar's been on point. We got Haley serving. Service here's been, I think, pretty good, But we're pretty known for that, We run a lot of events through the year.
Yep. Looks like Team Durant is already trying to knock out Team Connor. They've got a spare 4-bagger. So I think Don might still be watching. Don might be quaking in his boots a little bit already.
He does that.
He does that a lot, yeah. So we'll see. We won't be able to get them on stream, unfortunately. We're going to be watching Team Nava over here on TikTok. They have Strike, and then Eric leaves a 6-10 combo. Seeing what he can do here. And he missed it, it looks like. Chopped it. 6 off the 10. We do have one lefty in the field. I don't know who this gentleman is. He just threw over on lane number 9.
9.
Saul.
You know, he's on.
Sailor?
You know, I'm not really familiar with him. I know he's from Pine Island in that area. He's bowling with Team Kelsey.
Yeah, there's no Sailors. Zach Klatt,
You know,
Tyler Jackson, Dustin Stensrud.
You know, I had just 1 or 2 last-minute substitutions.
Yeah,
so
that might have been one
he
of
has
them.
to be one of those.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, it makes sense. Looks like we have one. So, Steve Bone, if you're still watching, one lefty in the field. One singular lefty. Oh, we've got some strikes going on. Max Roars, though, leaves a flat 10.
You,
So-
can just, you know, they're right next to each other, too.
Yeah,
You know? So they
yeah.
know what's going on.
They do.
And let alone they're all kind of friends, too. you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yep. Now, I'll be interested to see how it goes. We're going to move over because that's where a lot of the action is over on YouTube. We're going to kick over to lanes 11 and 12. We're getting
No,
Brady
honestly,
Gustafson coming up.
sorry to be
Okay.
but like obviously Cedar Rapids guys.
Yep.
So they're from Cedar Rapids. You know, they're both from Mount Mercy or went to Mount Mercy like them did. So you know, there's just that little extra energy between the two teams. You know, they want to beat each other bad.
Flat, they do. Flat 10 from Gusto. We'll see. And Max does get the spare. Yeah, this could be a fun game 13 with the money on the line and with the tournament on the line.
Yeah.
Tournament on the line makes it big as well.
Yeah.
A 269 here would pretty much lock up Team Durant, though, if they can strike out. I'm looking around a little bit. I'm seeing a decent score over on lane 5 from Will Jones's team. Looks like they can get to 248. Ooh, 10 back on lane number 13. See if Brady can get this spare. Big one. Spare is down. Oh, yeah, we have 248 potential down on lane 5 that we aren't able to see. Thomas Cleveland coming up, though. That's a big 240. Hey, DJ, thank you for the follow. Tournament or league? This is a tournament. This is a golfing and bowling tournament. Golfing is done. We're on the final leg of the tournament of the bowling tournament right now. Let's see what Lucas Herzog can do here. Throwing, it looks like Ion Pro solid. 10 back for him. You guys are watching Team Nava. Jake Green coming up on lane number 10. 10 back for him. Clean 10 back. Jake is one of the coolest releases, I think, of anybody in Minnesota.
So now this is just a side note here. This is
Yeah.
a different competition that's going on right
Okay.
now. So we had bowling scores last night. So after 14 games, Team Amundsen was averaging 158, so that was their final average. Team Schmitz is averaging about 168 today.
Ooh.
So there's a good chance they're going to finish a spot or two above them in bowling. So that could get really close there for a cash box.
True.
Neither a threat to win,
Yep.
but
That could be a cash
those
spot,
kind
like
of
you
those,
said.
some of those battles you want to watch still, you know.
Yep. Absolutely. That's an interesting one. This is a big shot coming up. You're going to be able to see it on the right side of your screen on YouTube. TikTok, you won't be able to see it. But on lane number 13, if they can strike here, they are already in the 250s. That'll guarantee a 269 out of them, and it forces the Andreessen team to strike out to win the super side pot. It also, the Team Connor is now officially shut out from first place. 10. Swish strike for it. 269 from Team Durant. Andreessen with a big one in the 6th.
69, what a big game.
Yeah, that is the new
That's a
leader
huge-
of the super pot
Oh, yeah.
for game 13.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much...
Is that a winner take
that
all?
should-
Only one
that's
person?
a winner take,
That
yeah,
is.
that's a winner take.
Well,
of,
the only ones that can win, Andreessen can strike out.
Against
They
strike
need
out.
all of them, though. They need they need the last 6 strikes. Well, they only need 5 of them actually. 269, massive game. Does that put them above Team Ethan?
Yeah, that kind of
That
game.
might. They were about 15.
I wonder,
It does.
What does
They-
that put them with from relative to Blaha?
They need 250.
250.
Yep. They need 250 to take the lead overall for bowling. After a 269 game, I'll check quick when we have a break to see what their actual total is, to see what the number is for those guys. We will see. This could be a fun finish. It's going to be a fun finish for everybody. Alex Bryce, how you doing? How has Team Durant done the last couple of games? Really well. They went, after 10, they were at plus 218. They went 215 and 200. So they're about plus 233. Now with a massive 269, bumped them up. Brady does not carry it. That does cut out Team Andreessen from the Super Pot. So the winner of the Super Pot for 13 is Durant.
Okay.
Team Durant does take it. Let me see what this score is quick. Team Durant is at plus 302 after 13 games. So for game 14, they need to get to plus, they need 242 to win.
You know, Team Shooty didn't have too bad of a 8 through 10 game stretch, but they just had too many 140, 150 games today.
Yes.
They just, when they were bad, they were bad.
Yeah, it looks like 159, 146, 152 are some of their games.
Being one of the teams that was a threat to maybe win the whole event.
It's a tough one to come back from. But like I said, Team Durant needs 242
Yep.
to take the lead overall in bowling. We are watching the end of Team Andreessen here, seeing what they can do.
Yeah, so this is the one I just posted
Yeah.
right here.
So like if we take, so we're in second without bowling.
Correct.
How far can we move, right? I mean, that's just second with ball. If
Yes.
you took dead last in bowling,
Well, here, I'm going to show you something here. So now, so that's just today, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't include
Lucas
tomorrow.
Herzrud, Stone 7.
Then, let's see, where you guys. So, Team Amundsen, you guys are currently beating them in bowling.
we are right now.
If you can get maybe one more position in bowling, you might be able to
we can at least pay them.
leapfrog. I think you got a chance of cashing it, but you still got to finish strong in bowling.
Yeah.
You got to like
We're gonna
pass.
shoot 200 right here.
Yeah, shoot 200. I mean, there's still a chance, and the thing is, there's not that many. How to say it? Like a lot of the teams that bowled really well didn't golf well.
Correct.
So there's
Like
still,
Team Blaha,
like
right?
there's-
They're freaking way
Yeah,
down.
there's
Stencil,
definitely
what's
still
up?
a
Holy
chance.
angles? Yeah, you have to on this.
Yesterday in bowling,
Yeah.
and
The
they
fronts
beat
beat
one
up
for
were
sure,
beat up
one,
pretty
two,
quick.
yeah, taking zeros.
Yeah. Oh, they did. They didn't even have the girl call.
It's going to still be probably, well, no, they end up losing another one. And so there, I don't know what it looks like right now, but there's definitely room out there still. So.
All right. Thanks, Al.
Yep.
EK Bowl, you got your first sanction 800 a few weeks ago. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. Huge congrats to you for that first 800. That is really cool to see.
Now, the old Captain Schmitz, he had asked me a couple questions because they're the ones that took second in golf.
Yeah.
And they were looking at probably finishing about fifth to last in bowling, but it's going to be close with both sports being treated equal.
Yeah.
There's still a chance to maybe cash or take one of those last cash spots. And
Yeah.
you know what? If you win a couple golf spots for $1,000 or whatnot, and you sneak out a casher, it's a bonus.
That is. Yep. Absolutely. We are finishing up here with Team Andreessen. They can go 247, so that'll put them about 25 to 30 pins back from Team Durant.
Okay.
So right now, both teams, I think, are leapfrogging Team Ethan in the bowling standings.
And we just got a Greek church from.
Oh,
They went
yeah.
Spirit Greek Church. So they know what's going on.
They need about all of them now to be able to take the lead in bowling. And we get a big double from Zach Andreessen there, so they don't go away.
No.
Team Andreessen is not going away anytime soon. I'll check their numbers once they're done with their game here, and we'll see what they're at. So we had plus 302 from Team Durant. And
Okay.
343 was the leader. That was Blaha's team yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement going
A
on.
lot of movement.
That kind of makes it fun, though. It actually
does.
worked out pretty good. The teams we got in front of us right now.
Yes, this worked out perfectly. And Zach with a perfect shot. 247 game from them. I'm going to go get their score quick. I'll be right back.
Yep, sounds good. I'm gonna check it with my staff quick and
266 game, or plus 266 for Team Andreessen. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the TikTok stream so we can watch some of the finals of the teams that are high. So I will be back in a second. All right, everybody is moved. We are going to be locked in on this lane 12 here. Got a close match right now. Team Andreessen is plus 266. They are 80 pins back from our leaders in Team Blaha. And with that spare, they will need all of them to be able to take the bowling lead. We have Team Durant, who is slightly off camera right now, who started spare, Greek Church, and only got one out of it. They are already down to 250 pace, and they needed 240 to be able to take the lead. So we have a lot of frames left, and we're in must-strike territory for a lot of these teams, especially if you want to try to take the lead in anything. Yeah, it's getting a little bit fun here. Getting a little bit fun here. Game 14 of Alan Briley's Golf and Bowl is our final game of the weekend. It's the final game of bowling. We've had 18 holes of golf. We already had 14 games of qualifying for half the teams. We have our final 14 left. Huge thank you to everybody that's joined us so far this week. Really appreciate it this weekend. Hope you guys have enjoyed the coverage. One more game remaining, but it looks like it's going to be a fun one because so many teams are so close to that top spot. Team Andreessen coming in. It's 9 pin, stone 9 pin on frame 2. And we're going to be doing the math on every single shot to try to see what they need. 343 over was the goal, and this team was plus 266. So we will see. And it looks like Team Durant also missed. They officially cannot take over the bowling lead. Do they have a chance? No, I believe the bowling lead is now officially locked up for Team Blaha. So if Team Blaha is watching, congratulations to you guys. 343 over is the winner. But the next goal is plus 279, and these teams going against each other. So Team Durant was at 302. Let me just look one more time to make sure I'm not messing anything up. Yes, 279. That is 23 pin difference. So Team Durant needs to stay one. They need to go 178. 178 is Team Durant's goal. If they don't get to 178, then they go down to 3rd place overall for the bowling side. Big strike there for Evan. Spare strike coming in for Team Andreessen. What pattern is this on? This is on a customized 5-to-1 ratio 45-foot pattern. 45 feet, 29 mils of volume, 5-to-1 ratio, so longer. But you're going to notice that balls are still hooking a lot because these surfaces are higher friction. Bowling balls generally hook a lot in this building. So you're going to see a lot of angles that are a little bit tighter to the pocket, but as you can tell from Brady Gustafson in front of us, he is getting in and hooking it. Apologies for Lucas Herzrud's head being in the way on TikTok. I don't have anything heavy enough to throw at him, but we'll see what Brady can do. Big shot from Brady here. 10 back. 10 back from Brady. Double going in. Team Durant, also another 9 spare. They already can only get to 219 at a maximum if they strike out. And Greek Church hurt a lot. Greek Church hurt them an absolute ton. Han Solo, what's going on? Just watch your Brunswick Fury video. Thank you so much. What is the thing on your elbow called? It is called a Turbo Hyper RX elbow stabilizer. So it helps get your elbow in the right position. So if you are hyper mobile, so you have a double joint or your elbow bends a little bit more backwards than it's supposed to, or if you have a tennis elbow, it's a fantastic thing to help position. It's a training tool that can help put your elbow in the proper position to help teach you where it should be. So I do highly recommend it. It's about $60. Go to Turbo's website to be able to find it. Otherwise, your local pro shops can also order one as well. 3-bagger coming in. Lucas Herzrud with a big strike. 3-bagger coming in from Team Andreessen. A strike coming in, though, from Team Durant. They need a couple of them. They need a couple. That didn't sound like a strike. 4-pin? Oh, they did strike. It was just a weird one. Big double. They remember 176 is their goal. Or 178. 178, apologies. Team Andreessen needs about 210. Rocket Messenger. The twisters come through. Rocket Messenger from Zach Andreessen. 4-bagger coming in. They're down about 40 right now. They're down about 40 from Team Durant. They can still take second place in the bowling. Yeah, like I said earlier, lanes 11 and 12 have twister pins, so plastic bowling pins on them. They bounce a lot more, but you also leave some weirder stuff. We've seen 6-4-9 splits so far on lane number 12 this weekend. Team Durant with a split. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is it? It's a big 4. Another messenger. Back-to-back messengers coming on lane 12. Back-to-back messengers, while Team Durant might actually fall below Team Ethan in the standings. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what Brady Gustafson can do here on this one. They're on a 5 streak. They need to just stay above water. If they can get to 240, 151. So Team Durant coming in needs all 3 to stay ahead of Team Ethan in the bowling standings. Again, Team Blaha is the current winner overall of our bowling side. Brady Gustafson, a lot less emotion out of Brady compared to others. He's a much more calm, cool, collected bowler. All right. Team Durant is unfortunately slightly off screen for anyone on TikTok. On YouTube, they're on the far right. Gentleman in the purple. Let's see what that one does. 10 back. This is a massive strike. He needs this one. If this one does not strike on lane 14, Team Ethan does hold on to second place. And we have a breakdown. Going to get a little bit of a delay here. Everybody's going to wait for Ryland to go down and clean up the pin mess. Again, thank you everybody who's hopped in so far today's stream. Really appreciate it. Lucas Herzrud coming up, trying to clean up a huge game here. Can get to 269, I believe. No, they can get to 279. 279 potential out there yet for Herzrud. Looks like he's lining up a shot already with Ryland up there. That did not phase him in the slightest. 10-pin. Through the face. Shocking that he went to throw that shot with his feet right there. And we did miss. Team Durant misses. They fall down to the 3rd spot. They fall below Team Ethan. Team Ethan gets a little bit of a save. Big flat 10 there for Team Durant is what ended up costing them. They go 29 pins down. They end up falling just below Team Ethan, I believe. Yeah, they do. They fall below Team Ethan. Wow. Bowling's fun. The end is always entertaining. Lucas with a big spare. 258 potential for these guys. Do they need it right now? I think no. They already hold on to the 2 seed overall for the bowling side. They can't get to 1. They couldn't have anyway. Could they have? I think they actually could have. Lucas needed that strike. I think they needed all of them to be able to take Blaha's team down by just a handful of pins, but they did not do it. So Zach coming up, trying to secure the 2 spot. Seeing what he can do. I don't think it really matters at this point. Lemon Pig, when's the last time you danced? My wedding. End of May. Odd question. Zach with a 4-7. I don't believe it matters, though. Looking at the numbers, I don't think it matters in the slightest. Big congratulations to Team Andreessen. Looks like they are able to safely lock in the number 2 spot. Let's see. Team Cleveland ends up at 30-53, it looks like, plus 253. So Team Cleveland falls below everybody else there as well. Man. It got close. Zach might actually need this spare. He does not need this spare. It would be dumb to miss it, but I don't think it matters. He's hooking at it. I've never seen someone so excited on a 4-7. But Team Andreessen locks in the 2 seed, the number 2 spot for bowling. Team Blaha does keep the lead. Team Ethan coming in 3rd, and then Team Durant coming in 4th right now. Be interesting to see what the rest of the teams get to. We have Team Durant only plus 272. So it looks like Team Connor, who took 3rd yesterday, is going to fall another 3 positions, is my guess. See Zach's final shot. And he strikes. Final score for Team Gusto looks to be in the 240s. 246 for these guys. 246 final. Fun game of bowling. Peyton Davis. We are in Owatonna, Minnesota. Southern Minnesota, about an hour south of Minneapolis and St. Paul. So that is all we had from these guys for their game. 246 total. Great bowling. Great bowling to them. That might lock them in as the winners of the event, but it's going to be a little bit till we find out what the scores all end up being. We still have a couple guys finishing their games. It looks like we have a couple of teams that are in the 9th and 10th frame right now. We're going to see Jake Green here on your screen. Try to get a couple. He's throwing it great today, it looks like. Big strike there. Alex, are you staying on until the final standings? I'm going to try to. I'm going to check how long they have. Welcome back.
That was miserable.
Nate Schuette's back after his commentating yesterday, and it doesn't seem like they had a wonderful day today.
No, I mean, we would get to plus and we would shoot 170.
Ah, okay.
And then we would have to try to claw back to plus and we would shoot 170 or 180.
Yep.
These curve.
They hook a lot, yeah.
I mean,
without them sitting very long, I think was one of the issues.
We started basically at 4th arrow as a team.
And you did,
and just
you kept moving left.
Went moving left, yeah. I mean, I don't think maybe one ball change a guy all day. I stayed in the attention star the majority of the time, but
okay.
I still I couldn't. I mean, I was keeping it on the head pin,
Yep.
but
Well, you missed a fun finish down here. Team Durant needed 180 to take over the 2 spot. They needed 240 to take over the lead from Team Blaha yesterday. They shot 170 even to drop below Team Ethan. So that actually was, from them being in second place, I think they dropped to 4th or 5th place.
I would imagine that Team Gusto is light years ahead of everybody.
No, they
Really?
lost to Blaha.
How?
Uh,
Every game that I watched them shoot down the stretch here was 240.
Oh yeah, they ended 240, 240, 240, but then they had a 170. Their last games from game 9 on were 240, 240, 170, 240, 240, 240.
And that 174 was on. Was that lane 5?
I believe so, yeah. But no, they stayed around. They didn't really get many pins for the first 8 games because they went 180, 240, 190, 240, 210, 220, 180. So they were just kind of like slowly going up, and then the end is where they popped off.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Team Blaha is the leader in bowling. Number 2 is Team Gusto. Number 3 is Team Ethan.
Team Gusto is going to win the overall.
Yep. Yeah, Team Gusto should have the overall lead knocked down. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go pack up some of my stuff quick, and then I can be back.
All right. Looking at some of the other scores, we are seeing a lot of really low scores today for a lot of the teams. We're putting in some of the finals. Team Newman ended up minus 100. Wow. Team Dunham mainly dropped. How are we looking?
Everybody, we're going to do a couple 50-50 and the ball raffle. Give me 1 second.
30-53 was you guys? So you plus 253?
6. We gotta have a map here.
Oh, maybe.
For the ball raffle,
You guys, so Gusto jumped you. You almost beat Team Durant. You need another 20. They dropped last game. Otherwise, I think you guys were 3rd on this squad.
ball
So
raffle
you'll be 5th
tickets,
overall.
280-2695.
All right, we got a ball raffle going on right now.
280-2695.
I am going to pull TikTok back. Give me just a second.
Two 280-2695. We will draw another ticket if we do not have a winner, or if the winner is left.
What is going on TikTok? All right, we got that. Just trying to clean it up a little bit. I'll be staying live for a little bit longer. Just going to lock all this in. Here we go.
Everybody good? We draw another ticket.
Okay.
Going
There we go.
once, going twice, we're
We'll get
drawing
this
another
going.
ticket.
We'll just have me on for just a little bit. Apologies for the lighting over here on the TikTok side. But we are just waiting on the final standings right now, so we're just going to wait on the standings a little bit longer. You guys are going to be able to, on the YouTube side, not be able to see a whole lot, but we're going to stay live until we have the bowling standings done. And the bowling standings are very close. It looks like we have a handful of teams who are putting in yet, and then we'll be good to go. But it looks like right now the unofficial winner was Team Blaha, who ended up at plus 243.
Okay.
I'm just the messenger.
Grab your ball.
So plus 243 was the winner for 14 games, it looks like. After that is 343, apologies, 343. 312 is then second place. 312 is second place. Looking after that, 279, I believe,
So
is
for the
third
50-50,
place.
If we do
Yes.
not have a winner on this squad, we will still post
279
it,
is third
and
place.
then Just because people from
250,
A squad yesterday may
272
have
is
left.
fourth.
If
253
there's
is
a winner, we will
fifth
still
place.
post
So
it.
top 5, it took
For
253
that,
over,
it
so
is
about a 220 average.
71,
Little under 220.
353.
They're still going through some standing stuff yet. Put away this
71,71353.
microphone. Okay, you guys still should be able to hear me okay. Yes, we're still good. Okay, so we are just going through the final stuff, so we got a little bit going. Thank you guys, everybody who's hopping in so far. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. I think we pretty much have everything good to go. Jazzy, what's going on? I feel like I got to show up for the end now that I've been on it so much. You do. It'd be rude not to, Jazzy. It'd be rude not to. It'd be very mean if you didn't do that. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. Bomber, what's up? Where would you recommend to go drill your ball in the Northern Metro? Ham Lake is good. Ham Lake is pretty good. But otherwise, what would be a good spot? Will Matafee, Scott Pohl, 2 fantastic shops in the Twin Cities area, so you can go check them out. They're more on the southern side of the cities. In Northern Metro, there aren't too many shops. You could go up to Monticello or McPete's, Big Lake and Monticello. Could be that'll be about 40-minute drive, maybe a 30-minute drive or so. So a lot of different places.
Hang out. We pretty much got all the cash payouts ready. If you are getting on here quick, just want to say thank you.
We just have they're putting in the final standings right now, so we got a little bit of time yet.
Do it again next year. It'll be the first Saturday of August again. I think it's like the 7th. I think it's the 7th.
Let's see. Just looking at the standings, I have a live sheet with all the numbers on it.
Before anything, shout out to Brooke here for working the tournament all weekend, so I appreciate you. Thanks to Zach over here for live streaming all weekend. We appreciate you,
Woo.
Zach. And thanks to Nate over here for videographing.
Let's see. I think we are pretty much. We're just going through announcements right now. Bomber, use your code in PBA26. Hey, thank you so much, man. Yeah, if you didn't know, you can use code ZVL for an IQ Emerald over in PBA Pro Bowling 2026. So there's some more news coming from them very soon, by the way. Be ready. Mackenzie, what's up? What's your favorite Alani? Blue Slush. Oh, by far, Blue Slush is number 1. I'd say Pink is probably number 2 for me. Blue Slush 1, Pink Slush 2. What would be number 3? Not a big fan of the cotton candy one. I'm not a Witch's Brew guy for the Alanis. The caramel apple just isn't amazing to me. They had one flavor that I loved. Let me look up what it is.
We have a yellow switch grip that's left.
Let's see. Alani flavors. We're just going to go to their all products quick. Cherry Twist. Breezeberry's not great, unfortunately. Cherry Twist is fine. Cherry Slush is okay. Lime Slush was bad, in my opinion. I was not a fan of that one. Watermelon Wave's all right. They have a peanut butter and jelly packet one. That's disgusting. Dream Float was good. Sherbet Swirl was not great. I've not tried the purple cotton candy yet. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much all of them. Let me see. There might be a couple extras that I'm missing. Cherry Twist again, Hawaiian Shaved Ice, and yeah, I think it's going to be Blue Slush, Pink Slush, and then Blue Slush, Pink Slush, Cherry Twist, or Cherry Slush. I got to hit up Alani. That sounds like a great idea. But we are just finalizing the final scores. Thank you, everybody who's been hopping in. We're going to have those final standings for you in just a moment. So thank you, everybody who's hopped in so far. Really appreciate it. We have a lot of live streaming coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. A lot of cool tournaments, a lot of cool videos, a lot of fun stuff going on. So we have a couple shoe reviews that are coming very soon, by the way. We're going to be recording those probably in the next day or a couple days. I'm going to be able to check those out. But we're just waiting on standings a little bit. See how it all goes. We've got Nate joining us again. I'm miking you up for TikTok.
Perfect. I'll hang on to it.
There you go. Yep. Yeah. So what'd you see out there?
Nothing fun. I mean, for 45 feet, they hooked a ton.
Sorry, we got.
And then they get super cliffed right away. Yeah, the old nice tan line from yesterday.
Yep.
It was hard to get your ball through the front and read down lane.
Yeah.
Consistently. If you were a little firm on the speed, it wouldn't see anything. You would bucket, you'd 2-8-10. If you either got around it a little bit, got a touch soft, and it got right, it was going straight through the face. The problem with this that you run into is you have 10 minutes of practice.
Yep.
And everybody plays that 10 minutes on their starting lane a different way.
Yes.
So lane to lane is drastically different once you start to change, and it's hard to make the adjustments when you're only throwing 2 shots a game.
Yep,
3 at most.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a battle. If you could get left and match up with the right ball, it was okay.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like. The guys who had the most success were way left, kind of trapping the puck because they had that room in.
Yep.
But then they had the hook out.
Yeah,
To everybody else.
It carried down enough in the middle that you could just kind of play the shim and not give it away too much because then it would overhook.
Yep.
But you just had to be real forward with it and hope it got through the pins right.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
did not have good luck with that.
Yeah.
Towards the
No,
end.
That makes sense.
A lot of splits, a lot of ugly stuff. Not quite the performance we were looking at on the bowling side for sure.
Yeah. But you guys had a good run on the golf side, so you should be able to stay up there pretty well for the standings purposes.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I do not have... Trying to see if I can get you an early look at everything. Not really finding... Well... Oh, we are getting some things in.
If we get something.
All right, we're waiting a little bit. Yeah, it looks like Team Gusto is going to be the winner. Team Blaha beats out Team Durant by half of a point. You guys are in 6th as of this. And it looks like everybody's in.
Okay. And that's kind of where we thought we were probably going to slip down to.
Yep.
And it's tough because it's not a lot of points to get up there. I mean, realistically, you look at 2nd through 4th, it's pretty tight. 5th, 6th, 7th is pretty tight. Yeah.
We all had hydrant moments this week.
Yeah.
It's a long weekend. It's a grind.
It's a lot. It's a long, long weekend. Yeah, looking at the numbers, so it looks like we have our unofficial finals. They haven't really announced anything quite yet. Total. Yeah, see you later. So we have Team Gusto, who we saw have the big last couple of games. It looks like they're going to be the winners of the entire event, bringing home $5,000 total, and whatever the bet you win was, which I think was like $1,300.
It was 120 a team, whoever got into it. So
Yeah,
I'm sure quite a few got in.
Oh yeah, so they're going to have some fun at Treasure Island after this.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep.
That money will be gone quick.
Oh yeah, that'll be in a slot machine in no time. Team Blaha coming in 2nd, plus 102 total points between them. They led the bowling side, but they really struggled on the golf side, going -6. So if they had a little better of a golf outing, they would have been able to make those pins up. Or make those points up.
And that's the thing. If you can finish at the top in one or the other and be mediocre at the other one, the amount of points you get from winning is so big.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because looking at Team Durant had a chance in the last game to win. They needed 240 to take the lead for 80 points. Instead, they go 170. That loses them 17 total points. So that pretty much loses them the tournament.
Yeah, because I mean, Durant was at 30-72 and Ethan was at 37 or 79. So I mean, that's a 7-pin difference there. That gives you a lot of points. That bumps you up ahead of Blaha's in the overall.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I turned it in, yeah.
Yeah, and then 1 point behind them is Team Bedard, who went -12 in golf, but they ended up -8 in bowling, getting them to 100.5 points. So 1 point in total. Team Ethan coming in 5th, 94 total points, and Team Shooty coming in 6th, 91.
Okay. Right back.
So we do have the final scores. They
Actually,
look
do you have
pretty
all
official.
the bowling scores on here?
Yeah, everything's in here.
Can I look at just the bowling scores?
Yeah.
What is it? It has us for a 146 game 6, and that is wrong. Not that bad.
Okay. That might change things.
So,
well,
it might have been 176, but
that'll jump you up in the standings to beat Newman.
Let's.
So I'd check that out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's check out some comments quick. Bomber, what are tournaments that I can join? You can join any tournament that doesn't have like any kind of invitational piece to it or anything like that. So the big thing is just knowing when it is and knowing how to sign up. Signing up is the big part. So Facebook is a way to be able to find out when tournaments are. But yeah, you can sign up to pretty much any tournament you want, handicap or scratch. Some have restrictions, but not many do. Dylan, I was thinking about getting a Black Widow. Which Black Widow would be best for a house shot? I would say Black Widow Mania. If you're a little more on the speed dominant side, you like the smoother shapes, Black Widow Dynasty. And Andrew just got done bowling a tournament. Nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Tournaments are always fun. We just finished here. So we just finished the qualifying and the finals for the Allen Briley's Golf and Bowl here in Minnesota, Owatonna, Minnesota. So we are just waiting for the official standings, but I think we have some pretty unofficial standings that are ready to go. So a lot of these teams are already gone or at home. So big congratulations, Team Gusto, who wins the entire tournament. They had a massive last couple. They are going through a lot of side pots right now, so it's going to be a lot of stuff going on. Are there any tournaments you would recommend to join?
High game set 1 for today went to Team Cleveland. High game set 2 and 3 went to Team Durant.
Let me see if I can cut that there up out a little bit.
Super high game pot for game 13 went to Team Durant.
Just trying to make sure I can't catch Brooks' words too much.
Game 14 went to Team Gusto.
All right.
The Bet You Win
Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit.
From A Squad, so I don't believe are here.
Oh yeah, the Bet You Win wasn't for. Oh, okay. Team Blaha came up with a lot of points then.
Yeah, they bowled really well yesterday.
Yeah. Ryan Hurley, best skid flip ball out there. Probably Crown Victory. Crown Victory, Crown Vic Pearl. Those are going to be the quickest balls in the market. Are there any tournaments you recommend joining? I mean, it depends on your skill level. If you aren't above like a 210 average, I wouldn't join a scratch tournament. I'd recommend sticking with handicap. But we are just waiting. We pretty much have all the standings, so I do want to read through those before Brooke goes further. Okay, well, whenever you guys can hear that or not. Trying to see if you guys can or not, but we do have the final of everything.
In 7th place, Team Amundsen with 90 points. In 6th place, Team Shooty with 91.5 points.
Okay, so we're just going through the sequence.
In 5th place, Team Ethan with 94 points.
So we had Team Amundsen in 7th,
4th place, Team Bedard
minus 15 in golf,
points.
and minus a
3rd
lot in
place,
bowling.
Team Durant with 101.5 points. And in 2nd, Team Blaha with 102 points. And in 1st place, Team Gusto with 128 points.
So we do have all of our official final standings.
All the official final results will be posted on Facebook. So you can look at
Big
those
congratulations. Team Gusto is the winner of this event. 128 total points. They went minus 11 for 18 holes of golf, and they went plus 312 for 14 games of bowling, so averaging over 220. Team Blaha ended up in 2nd, minus 6 on the golf side, but they led the bowling at plus 343. And then Team Durant coming in 3rd, minus 9 on the golf side, and then plus 272 on the bowling side, which put them into 4th place in the bowling side. So Team Durant, that final game where they shot 170, dropped them a couple of points and probably lost them probably $500. So that is everything we have, though. Those are the final standings for the Allen Briley's Golf and Bowl Tournament. I do want to give a massive, massive thank you to everybody out there who watched this throughout the weekend. I really do appreciate all of you guys watching this. I do want to give a big, big thank you to all of you. Perfect about a shoe wreck. Mine are getting wrecked. I have some good shoes for you, sweet baby Jazzy B. I got some good shoes for you. But thank you, everybody who hopped in today. I really do appreciate it. TikTok, we're going to say goodbye to you first. TikTok, thank you so much for hopping in today. Really appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m., Monday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for another awesome live stream. That one's going to be in the studio, so be ready for that. Otherwise, we have a podcast episode coming out tomorrow as well. Go watch the Lucy. Go watch Mike Flanagan's stream on Inside Bowling. Make sure to go check that out. He is streaming the Missouri Masters. It's an awesome event. There's a lot of high-level competition down there. So make sure to go check out Inside Bowling. Thank you guys so much for watching on TikTok. I will see you all later. And then on YouTube, I want to thank you guys all so much for hopping in as well. Really do appreciate every single one of you as well. We are going to be hopping off for the day Monday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Otherwise, make sure to go check out the current ZVL bowling video that's out. We have a video out about the Brunswick Fury and being the best entry-level ball on the market. I want to thank all you guys for watching today. Really appreciate it.